Individual National Championship is on the line today here at Greyhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale, Arizona. Clemson senior Turk Pettit started the day 2 back in a share of the lead. Eagle putt at the par 4 17th. All the players in the field have taken driver out today and giving it a run. This is the best one we've seen. A little work, though, for his birdie at the 17th, his 8th hole of the day. Bo Jin started the day with a 2-shot lead. He and Turk Pettit tied with an individual title at stake. For the 6th consecutive year, the same venue will host both the men's and women's NCAA golf championships. An individual title on the men's side at stake today, plus the race for the final 8 all unfolds on this Memorial Day. 2 years ago, we experienced moments of passionate competition. We saw players emerge into the spotlight.
What a round of golf. What a week for Matthew Wolff, winning the individual championship.
And we witnessed raw emotion.
Let's go! Stanford has won
The NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championship. Then just like that, the 2020 collegiate season was put on hold. But golf evolved, and 2020 fortunately also saw the return of collegiate golf. This week at Greyhawk Golf Club, we reached the pinnacle of the 2021 National Championship. It's why they practice. It's why they grind. Several players, including Bo Jin of Oklahoma State, Turk Pettit of Clemson, are looking to secure the elite individual title. And the coveted 8th seed also remains in play as teams vie for a spot in match play competition. Golf's next generation is here at the 2021 NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championship. NBC Sports and the NCAA proudly present the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships. Coverage presented by Stiefel and Geico. Greyhawk Golf Club, the Raptor Course, playing host to the NCAA Men's Division I Championships in its 123rd edition. This is the 12th year of match play. This will be the home for the women and men for 3 years. This year number 1. This Tom Fazio design playing as a par 70. Just under 7,300 yards on this Memorial Day. We thank all the brave men and women who have defended democracy so that we can enjoy this great game of golf and amateur golf and college golf in particular. And Greyhawk is going to provide a stern test. We take a look at some of the highlights. Illinois senior Michael Fiegels, who grew up in the Scottsdale area. Kurt Byram, his second into 10.
Laid up off the tee like most players do. Then watch this. He uses the backstop. He knows that's behind the hole location at 10. And he almost holds his second shot. Just a well-played shot and led to a tap-in birdie for Fiegels.
He would start the day 4 off the lead of this man, Bo Jin. His third at the opening hole, the par 4 first.
Just missed the green to the left, but that sticky rye overseeded grass is tough to pitch out. He would bogey that first hole.
Clemson's Turk Pettit started the day 2 back, his second into 12.
One of the keys here at Greyhawk this week is putting the ball in the fairway so that you can spin it and attack the hole locations that are available, and that's what Pettit did at 12.
Pettit started his round on the 10th hole, so his 8th hole of the day, the drivable par 4 17th, playing 318 yards.
The wind was out of the left. He trusted his swing, started it down the left, rode the wind. What a beautiful tee shot this was. That was the best one we've seen. We've been watching it for a while. Tremendous tee shot.
He would go on to 2-putt that for birdie. and put him at 2 under on his round today. And now Pettit with a 1-shot lead over Bo Jin, 4 over Michael Fiegels and Quade Cummins of Oklahoma. The race is on for the individual title. That will be decided today. And as we take you over to 7, we welcome in Steve Burkowski.
Bob, good afternoon. This is Bo Jin here, getting ready to go. Jim Bones Mackay down there watching.
Thanks, Burko. After about a 25-minute wait, got to warm up the body again. Very tough tee shot. Hourglass fairway. It pinches in severely on the left. This is a good-looking tee shot. Just needs one bounce to the right.
There's some desert area over there. He hangs up in that rough, and that might be the biggest problem he has. We'll see if he has tree trouble when we get there.
Over at 18, the 9th hole of the day, and Turk Pettit on the tee. Billy Ray Brown, who won an individual championship in his own right with the University of Houston Cougars, following this group.
Well, thank you, Bob. 511 yards this par 4 downhill. Taking on this bunker down the left-hand side. Oh, my goodness. That's 337, Kurt, to carry that bunker. What an incredible drive there by Pettit.
It plays a little downhill, but that was absolutely smoked.
How about Oklahoma's Logan McAllister earlier today at the par 3 5th, 175 yards.
Just a great swing, and he had the right club. Boom.
Oh! We saw an ace last week on the women's side. Logan McAllister has one for Oklahoma as they're in a battle at the top of the leaderboard. Again, the top 8 teams advance to match play. Oklahoma State started this day with a 13-shot lead over Oklahoma. They now lead Arizona State by 2 and Oklahoma by 4. But keep your eye on North Carolina, Vanderbilt, Florida State, Clemson, Wake Forest in that race for 8. As we take you back live to 18, Pettit second.
Yeah, 172 yards. That's it, Kurt. He turned this hole that's 4 is an incredible score. Now he can be aggressive with this second with that hole location on that front portion there.
Boy, he was too, right over the top of the flagstick. Guy can move it out there.
Over at 11, second shot here at the par 5 for John Pock. No doubt the gay down there with a bird's eye view.
Still got a lot of real estate. 310, hammering this driver off the deck. Burko, this looks good.
Get the run up. Oh, what a shot.
Look at this.
Go in, baby.
Oh, driver at 11 to a 1.5 feet.
That's what the best players in college golf do, I guess.
He certainly is one of the best. Now back at 16, Pepperdine's Clay Fagler here at the par 3. Just 157 yards today. Pepperdine making a huge move as a team here in the final round of stroke play.
Under par as a team right now, and if they keep doing this, it's going to be that way all day. What a shot.
Awfully impressive. Now back to 11. Fiegels getting ready for his 3rd shot.
Yeah, Burke, I don't think any 3 of these players, they all drove it in the same area. They all had 300 plus to the green, didn't think they could reach it. And Fiegels kind of playing it a little bit more conventional after seeing that monstrosity of a second shot from John Pock. Fiegels coming down from a low point. It's going to take some spin off. It's going to skip forward and then try and check. So he's just got to hit a spot. He cannot see where the ball's landing.
Trust that it's going to check here. Yeah, it's a good shot.
Yeah, great weight, just a little bit to the right.
Fiegels in the mix. He's tied for 3rd. Illinois currently 5th as a team. So much on the line here in the final day of stroke play at Grayhawk.
Turk Pettit with a 1-shot lead in the Division I men's individual championship. And then you see Oklahoma State top the leaderboard, but the race is on. The top 8 teams advance to quarterfinal match play tomorrow morning with the semifinals tomorrow afternoon and the national championship decided on Wednesday. Kurt Byram, this is obviously a very exciting day for the student athletes. Let's talk about first the individual, because obviously some storied players have gone on to win the individual championship, including our own Billy Ray Brown. Does it favor Turk Pettit that he's playing the back nine first today?
It could, because the 9th hole is playing a lot easier than the 18th hole. The 18th hole this week has been the toughest hole on the golf course. If they're tied and they're both playing that last hole for them at about the same time, 9's a much easier a hole to finish on. I will say this, there's some pressure to win this individual. I was just looking at the list of people that have won the individual title. Crenshaw, Mickelson, Woods, Billy Ray Brown, Mahaffey. I mean, we're talking about most of them have all played the PGA Tour. So it's a good indicator of how good you are. And the strength of field here is as good as it gets in amateur golf.
Yeah, throw in Jack Nicklaus, Hale Irwin, to name a few others.
DeChambeau, Wolf, yeah.
So let's take a look, though, at the team competition here because, you know, we see Turk Pettit right now. He's atop the leaderboard in the individual. Clemson is a team that is right on the bubble there. So not only does he need to play well for an individual, he needs to play well to help his team.
You don't want to know how much this matters to these teams. I had a coach this morning tell me the best recruiting tool that he has is making the top 8 and playing match play on Golf Channel today and to tomorrow and the next day. And so it means everything to these schools.
Let's take you back out to 7.
Bo Jin getting ready to play.
Ball really sitting down in this dense rough. Looking to use some right to left wind to get this ball around the tree. Curve it back towards the green. Looking after it anxiously.
Just tough to get any kind of spin on that ball coming out of this overseeded rye.
Will Bo Jin win the individual championship? Will it be Turk Pettit or somebody else? Bob Popple along with Kurt Byram. So glad you could join us. Steve Burkowski calling the action. Billy Ray Brown, Nota Begay, and Jim's Bones Mackay out on the golf course. Over at 18, William Holcomb of Sam Houston has a birdie putt. Billy Ray, 3 pretty good shots in here.
Very good shots. All 3 players put it in the fairway. This senior from Crockett, Texas, he is the point leader on this team. He is the emotional leader as well. I'm telling you, what a putt there. Making 3 here at 18, that goes a long ways.
Let's go back over to 11. Driver, 615 yards, a mere formality here for John Pock for Eagle. And that's huge for Florida State to pick up 2 shots, get a little breathing room at 15 over.
Fearless.
Perfect word to describe him.
Now Turk Pettit at 18, his 9th hole of the day for birdie to open up a 2-shot lead.
You couldn't leave it in a better spot, Kurt. It's putting back up the hill. Ball's going to really turn hard back to the left once it starts losing speed. Very makeable here.
Oh, going up that hill, when you're putting toward the mountains, it's slower.
That's a great point, Kurt. It's really tough. It looks like it's downhill, but you're putting back up that mountain. You have to be very aware of your situation where you're on the green.
Feagles for birdie at 11.
Still within arm's reach of that lead. If he's able to knock this down, this would go a long way.
He putted that aggressively right there.
He hammered that one, and I think he just pulled it a touch too.
He's been playing well coming in here. He's had a good spring, a lot of confidence.
Just missed a great opportunity right there, Kurt. Gosh,
Sure did.
every single one of these players knows how important that individual title is. So if you're in it, you're fighting.
Let's go over to the 8th, the par 3, 189 yards. Cameron Sisk from Arizona State getting ready to play. The Sun Devils currently in 2nd as a team.
This whole location today on the upper tier in the back part of the green. You really have to judge if you can land it on top and let it skip back there or down below and jump on top.
Take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf and Arizona State. Kurt, one of the best teams in the country. You fully expected them to be right here in the mix come match play.
And I think they're going to get quite a bit of support once we get to match play. I think they're going to have a lot of fans out here. Great opportunity for ASU. Not going to quite get up there. For ASU, it's really just keep it on the green grass all day, play solid golf, get ready for match play. They're number 2 right now behind Oklahoma State, so they're in great shape.
Next up, Eugenio Chikara from Oklahoma State, top tracer technology, that is, powered by Topgolf. Takes a look at that one.
And there's a backstop there. That's a good shot.
Getting better. Let's go over to 18.
Second shot for Austin Greaser of North Carolina. He is a counting score.
Good lie in that bunker, but penalty area, water just right of this green on this second shot. So you see a lot of players miss left. That's exactly what he did. He does have green to work with, though. Downhill all the way.
Back over to 8.
Jonathan Brightwell from Oklahoma set to go. He transferred in for a final season after a standout career at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Heck of an addition for head coach Ryan Hibble. We talked about it, Kurt, that portal became pretty active, players transferring, dealing with the global pandemic as well.
Interesting, hearing a lot of college coaches in all sports not really liking that portal a whole lot.
They said it's like the wild, wild west. Turk Pettit, Clemson Tiger, he's got a one-shot lead over Bo Jin. Individual champ will be crowned by day's end, as well as the 8 teams moving on to match play, shaping up to be a great afternoon of drama here in Scottsdale. Tee at 12, Michael Fiegels from Illinois set to play.
Just trying to hit the narrowest part of this fairway is where the ball's going to land, about 35 yards wide there. Left hard. It's just going to depend on the bounce.
He was just trying to hit 3-wood out there and get it in play. That was not a good swing.
Over to the 7th, Bo Jin sizing this one up from the back part of the green bones.
Yeah, and high marks for that second shot there, Burko. Fantastic effort just to turn that 9-iron from some 210. Get the ball anywhere on the putting surface now. This by far the hardest hole in this opening 9. This putt back down the hill, turning a good 2 feet to his left. Boy, the valley to the left, that really got away from him.
Work to do for Bo Jin, who we sat down with yesterday, and he talked to us about his golfing family.
Well, we started in China, then we actually moved to Singapore to practice. Then we moved here because my brother went to school at USC. That was 5 or 6 years ago. So basically my dad brought us in, and then me, my brother, and my younger sister just stopped playing, and we just basically formed a group. Like during dinner, during lunch, we just talk about golf, and just basically give us a conversation to talk about. And we like it. When we go to practice, we go together, and just you have a friend like a sibling just to practice with you. And when you have problems, you can just ask and talk to them.
He talked about it, and we see this a lot, Kurt. These golfing families, his brother, a standout, won the 2015 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. And go back a couple of years ago to the U.S. Women's Amateur. His sister was a co-medalist. So I bet there were some pretty friendly games for those 3 growing up.
Amazing how they're all at such a high level, though. Usually it's 1 out of the 3, but all 3 of them really great players.
5 top 10 finishes this season as a freshman, runner-up in his last 2 events, so trending well when you can play that nicely in the postseason.
As a freshman, that is huge confidence building when you can finish runner-up like that, and now with a chance to actually go out and win the biggest one, this is a huge deal for him.
Work left to stay 1 back.
Yeah, take your time here. If you watched the women's event here last week on Golf Channel, you heard a lot of references to balls breaking towards the valley. That one for Bo sure did that in the last couple of feet as it fell off the table. This now back up the hill away from the valley so he can be very aggressive.
That may have been just a slight push. Didn't stay committed to that left edge.
So Bo Jin 2 over through the first 7 holes. Turk Pettit now has a 2-shot lead in the race for the individual title as you're watching the NCAA championships. Coverage presented by Stiefel. So glad you could join us on this Memorial Day. We'll keep it right here. Quade Cummins also some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Much like Jen, he hit 2 very good shots to get the ball on the putting surf. The putting surface not too far from the hole, but left it well short, putting up over a 3 or 4 foot ridge. It's been quite a while since he played a shot. There's been a lot of action going on around him now, so time to settle the nerves. And again, be aggressive, putting back up the hill away from the valley.
We saw him make some switches with a putter at the Walker Cup a few weeks ago. Got rid of the mustache and a putter's change before Sunday singles.
That's pretty much the same putter that Charles Schwartzel has been using some here recently.
So bogey for Cummins there, up to 12 eagles from the rough.
Yeah, Burko very lucky to find his ball here. This was headed straight for the desert. Got a decent lie, trying to dig it out. John Pock just played prior to him, hit a nice shot in there.
Oh, what a good shot. It might end up just over the back edge.
Will it stay?
Yeah, well done from that rough.
Here's the tournament format. Brought to you by the Thunderbirds. Taking a look at the 2021 Men's National Championships. 30 teams, 6 individuals advanced through regionals. Friday through Sunday, 54 holes of stroke play. 15 teams, 9 individuals advancing to today. An individual champ that is determined by day's end. The top 8 move on to match play, quarters and semis on Tuesday. The National Championship on the line Wednesday. That's your tournament format brought to you by the Thunderbirds. Back out to the action at the 8th, the par 3. Looks like Quade Cummins going to lead things off.
Yeah, despite making bogey on the last, he kept the honor. Bit of a train wreck on that hole for this 3-ball, but 189 here, straight downwind, a little bit downhill. This is a brutally tough club to pull at the moment, and the greens are really firming up. And the pin is just up top on a shelf in the back part of the green.
Yeah, according to Bushnell, 189 to the hole, 199 to the back.
Do have that backstop back there, though.
Trying to cut one, just not cooperating.
No, and he misses the backstop. That little bit of a pull is the difference, and that will be tough back there.
Coverage of the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships continues with the team match play quarterfinals Tuesday at 12 Eastern, live right here on Golf Channel. For more information on the 2021 Men's Golf Championships, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Next up, Bo Jin.
Not a bad hole to be hitting second on. Cummins' ball really rode the wind now, so Jim would have certainly taken note of his club selection. Drawing one into the right center of the green.
You know, you see these clubs 9-iron from 189. Keep in mind, we're just over 1,500 feet of elevation and getting close to 100 degrees now. That's a recipe for the ball to go forever, and these guys are all hitting it forever anyway.
But it's a dry 100. Over at the first, his 10th hole of the day, Pettit second.
Yeah, after a perfect drive, 189 for Pettit. Wind in and from the left. This is hanging up in the breeze here.
These first couple holes, when you make the turn and go to the front 9 for Pettit, they're back into the wind the first 3 holes.
Comes up short there. Turk Pettit started the day 2 back. Right now he's got a 2-shot lead. With a national championship at stake today at Greyhawk Golf Club and the Raptor Course, the men's Division I championships. Back at the first, 10th hole of the day, Turk Pettit of Clemson has a 2-shot lead. His 3rd shot at the par 4.
Yeah, on the upslope here, perfect lie. Very simple shot here coming back up the hill. He's got too much ball, guys. He's got to get down.
Ooh. Downhill, downwind from back there.
Well, Turk Pettit, versatile athlete. When he was in high school, he was a star quarterback at Lee Scott Academy in Auburn, Alabama. Took his team to the playoffs on 2 different occasions and wound up being a state all-star in his time playing football. And that mentality, he says, has helped him in the golf world as well, as far as being disciplined. And Clemson head coach Larry Penley and associate head coach Jordan Bird got to see Pettit played golf when they were actually recruiting Kyle Cottom, his teammate, and they liked the fact that he had athletic versatility in his background.
You know, I like that story too. I'm not saying equally as good as in football, but I came from a football family too. My dad and brother both played in the NFL, and some of that mentality carried over from me playing football a bit in high school, and I think that helps quite a bit.
Pettit's going to wait. Let's go over to 12.
Where Michael Fiegels gets ready for his third shot.
A lot of options here, going with a lofted club, which is aggressive, meaning he's trying to chip this in. It's got a chance.
Boy, it's not what you want coming back, though. Good 5 feet.
Over at 17, Alex Fitzpatrick has a putt for birdie. He is a counting score. Wake Forest currently in the 9th spot. The top 8 advanced to match play, and that did not break.
5 shots out right now. So every shot is going to start mattering for Wake as they come down the stretch here trying to make that top 8.
Started his day on the 10th. Back over to 8.
Bo Jin sizing this one up for birdie.
Yeah, looking to inch just a little closer to Turk Pettit. What a great lead this was from the tee. Back up the hill, just turning slightly from his right to left.
Golf course is in terrific condition. Just, they've done a great job keeping the overseed going late.
So Jin in with par and the chance to maybe still pick up one, since Turk Pettit in a bit of trouble at the first. Such a great week here at the NCAA championships. And there's also the recognition of players, these student athletes, getting the job done in the classroom as well. As earlier this week, Texas Tech, they all supported Kyle Hogan winning the Elite 90 award. You might think, what is the Elite 90 award? What's the significance? It means this young man gets the job done in the classroom. A perfect 4.0. Awfully impressive. Congrats to Kyle Hogan.
Now back at the first, Pettit playing his 4th.
Just trying to land the ball on the edge of the green, as Kurt said, coming downhill, downwind. All right, going to limit the damage there after that poor bunker shot. Going to walk away with bogey here.
Good action out of that sticky rye.
Now over at the 12, John Pock, this for birdie.
Yeah.
How about that? Eagle birdie, 11-12.
That's making up ground in a hurry.
And with Pettit going to give one back, John Pock's now only 4 shots off the lead. Still golf to play, just something to consider. He's one of the best in the country as we take a look at the PGA Tour University rankings implemented at the start of this college season for players who have competed a minimum of 4 years in college. The last 2 years with the World Amateur Golf rankings and PGA Tour University rankings, they're all sort of consolidated. And at week's end, top 5 are in Korn Ferry Tour status, 6 through 15, one of the ancillary tours. And look at that right there. John Pock, we've just shown him go eagle birdie on 11-12. He is number 1. You've got Davis Thompson, Austin Eckroat, Chung An Yu, Garrett Reban rounding out the top 5. A pretty impressive initiative, Kurt, to give these young men a step in the right direction starting next week.
Tremendous. Their performance is why they're getting to do that, though, and they deserve it. So it's a great initiative.
Cummins for bogey at 8. Oh, my goodness.
A couple of short missed putts for him.
Oklahoma giving some shots back right now. They're currently in 4th at 7 over par. Comfortably in for the moment.
William Holcomb for par at the first.
Trying to nurse it down this slope, turning left. He too was always in the bunker where Pettit was.
Eagles work to do for his par at 12. This would keep him at 5 under. All right.
Yeah, good save.
Aggressive with his third, Kurt, but thought he could probably make it. When you roll those in with those nerves, you'll take it.
Looks like he's playing to win, though. He's trying to make up ground.
Bo Jin with an iron off the tee at the par 4 ninth.
These players do have the option to take driver and smoke it over the right bunkers, but Jin now going conservatively up the left center with this iron, looking good.
He kept that trajectory down, just trying to put this ball in play.
Back over at the first, Holcomb.
And this for bogey here, just taps in there. As Kurt mentioned, these first 3 holes on this front side are back into the wind. Majority of the holes coming back into the clubhouse there. It's going to be playing downwind.
Dirk Pettit was in perfect position off the tee. Second shot into the greenside bunker, then knocked it over the green. So he has this for bogey.
And that was pretty good up and down after that third shot over the green. That was a very, very tricky shot.
Dirk Pettit started the day 2 back. Has a 1-shot lead over Bo Jin. Michael Fiegels just 3 off the lead with the individual championship at stake today. And a lot of volatility as far as the top 8 are concerned in the race for match play. Florida State's John Pock on the tee at 13.
Coming off a nice run of holes. This is not a hole location you want to mess with. You want to stay well left. This is a smart line right here.
Yeah, 226 to the hole. Huge slope in the front of that green that you don't want to mess around with. Middle of the green's a good shot.
A little right to left and help. Nice and solid.
Bo Jin getting set to play his second at the 9th. Bones, what's he have in?
Well, after a very conservative tee shot, he's got 218. He could have pushed the ball off the tee another 40 yards up the fairway on this line and had a much shorter shot. But playing from the short grass, got to respect the right side of the screen. There's a big fall off here on the right edge.
One-handed finish.
Left of the green here, just left side of it, but that must have been a mishit given the one-arm follow-through, because that didn't come close to flying all the way to the surface.
A lot of discussion with the players and the coaches before the rounds out here on what to hit off these tees at Grayhawk. Front 9 is really tight. A lot of irons around that front 9.
Michael Fiegel's ready to go with 13.
Wind's pushing downwind, going to make it hard for this thing to stop. He's going right at it, though.
Turning over a little bit. That green at 13 is always very firm.
Well, if the name Fiegel sounds familiar, Michael is the nephew of former New York Giants punter Jeff Fiegels, who won Super Bowl 42 with the Giants, a 2-time Pro Bowler. Jeff with the most punting yards, most punts in NFL history, and holds the NFL record for games played with 352. And an avid golfer himself, a member at Ridgewood back in New Jersey. Jeff Fiegel's rooting on his nephew today. Over at the 9th, Riggs Johnston, his second.
That sounded a little heavy. It's on the left center of the fairway in terms of line. Let's see if he can just get up there to, oh my goodness gracious, I apologize. It must not have been as heavy as I thought. Heck of a shot from that young man.
That was heavy, dude. That was awesome. Pettit on the tee at the second, coming off bogey at the first.
Lesson driver off this tee. Par 4 plays downhill. 403 yards.
They put in a bunch of new bunkers here a few years ago, especially like holes 1 through 4, all some new bunkers there.
Well, on this Memorial Day, a great way to honor those men and women who have defended democracy. Arizona State Army ROTC program commissions 45 Army lieutenants each year. Arizona State University's Army ROTC program provides cadets with character-building skills, diverse self-discipline, civilian education, and leadership development training. And Caleb Robertson received a scholarship earlier this morning. What a wonderful way to kick off this Memorial Day 2021 here at the NCAA Men's Division I Golf Championships. And happy to call Grayhawk home, the first of 3 years in which it will host the women's and men's NCAA Division I championships. What a job by Ernie Pock, the director of agronomy, getting this golf course in wonderful shape. John Pock of Florida State for birdie.
And this a long birdie look coming all the way across the green. Going to work a little uphill and to his right. Walking early, doesn't like it. For good reason. That was not a very good effort.
We talked about John Pock and what he has been able to do. Look at this list of wins and just a dominant performance over his collegiate career.
8 collegiate victories at Florida State, tied with Nolan Henke for the most in the Seminoles program history. Maybe an outside chance coming down the stretch for Pock to get number 9 today. It's a possibility.
He's going to have to chase down Bo Jin and Turk Pettit. Jin's third at the 9th.
Great lie, slight upslope. Should have no problem judging this for speed. And that's very well played. Left it under the hole.
Over at the second, William Holcomb getting set to play his second.
Yeah, very conservative off the tee, left with a long second shot here, 170 yards back into the breeze here. And that whole location just 4 paces over that ridge, so it makes it 174 total. Wind's starting to pick up a bit here, and Kurt mentioned playing about 1,500 feet elevation change here, about a club difference. So with the wind into his face and a club less, it's about spot on here. Should be an 8-iron here, Kurt, but he's going to have to actually catch all this one to catch it up over that ridge.
Maybe try to drive it in there a little lower and bounce it in. Let's see.
He tries to flight it down a little bit, bring it in from right to left. It's hanging out to the right. He's on the proper level, though. Should come off that little slope a little bit.
That's fine.
Sam Houston right now on the outside looking in. Fiegels for his birdie at 13. Illinois currently in the 5th spot.
A lot of these players in the field here this week have played the junior tournament that they have. Their Thunderbird sponsor, the AJGA Thunderbird International here. So many of these players have played here in the past.
Take it back over to the 9th. And Riggs Johnston of Arizona State with a great look at birdie.
And looking to finish off what would be a very heavy birdie. After that beautiful shot from the right fairway bunker. Billy Ray mentioned the wind really starting to pick up now in the last 5 or 10 minutes. This should move just a little bit to his right.
You'd think ASU would have a little bit of an advantage here, but the players have all gotten to know the course.
How about in round 2, the lowest NCAA championship rounds in Arizona State history? John Rahm holds the record with a 61. Phil Mickelson had 63 in 1992, and Johnston the 63 this year. Pettit second, into the second.
131 yards trying to get it up on that ridge. Oh, hits right in the face of that slope and spins back. Had it dialed in perfectly.
That's a lot of spin. We don't see many balls spinning back here.
Back over to 9. Big par putt for Bo Jin to remain 1 back.
Very similar to the line we just saw Johnston convert from.
Let's see if he stays committed here and doesn't push it. There you go.
No birdies on the card as he makes the turn to 10. This a moment ago at 13, John Pock for his par. Now Michael Fiegels for his par to remain at 5 under. And he pours that in.
He hits those short putts hard, doesn't he?
Michael Fiegels trying to win an individual title in his hometown of Scottsdale, representing Illinois. Turk Pettit, though, has the lead by 1 here on Championship Monday from Greyhawk Golf Club, the Division I Men's Golf Championships. Time to take a look at some college memories presented by Stiefel. Individual champions going back to 2014 at Prairie Dunes. Stanford's Cameron Wilson victorious. Bryson DeChambeau at Concession in 2015. Aaron Wise at Eugene Country Club back in 2016, representing Oregon. At Rich Harvest Farms, Braden Thornberry of Ole Miss. 2018 at Karsten Creek, Brock Everett the winner. And the defending champion, Oklahoma State's Matthew Wolf, a 5-shot win at the Blessings. Johnston's tee shot at the 10th.
Very severe greens these guys are playing to here. Thus, you want to put the ball in the short grass position off the tee of a lot of importance. Great shot there.
That 10th fairway really starts to narrow down past there, and then got a penalty area up near the green, which is where Jonathan Brightwell is. Trying to make birdie from the fringe. Wow, what a great putt that is.
Bojin's tee shot on the way.
Up the right side, just needs a gentle bounce. The ball on that side can release towards the penalty area.
Over at the par 4 second, 11th hole of the day for William Holcomb, his birdie putt.
You know, coming down the slope, putting toward the valley, and you have to be very aware where the valley's at on a number of these putts here to figure out these greens.
Oh, my
Plays with a lot of passion, doesn't he? Love it.
I don't know how it missed.
Over to 14. Michael Fiegel's going with less than driver.
Find the short stuff here. Somewhat accessible hole location. Pock is nicely placed in the fairway.
Got a helping breeze a little bit from the right there. 3-wood off the tee for Fiegels, and that's in great shape.
Turk Pettit eyeing this birdie putt. He's got a 1-shot lead. Billy Ray, what's it look like?
Well, it's coming back up the hill, and Kirk, you know, you live in the area, the influence of the valley. The valley is to his left. It looks like it wants to go back to the right, but it's going to be held up by that valley to his left.
Ken, the overall lay of the land here at Grayhawk is kind of towards the southwest. This is down at the lower part of the golf course. It broke, but not enough.
So Clemson Sr. will tap in for his par. He remains at 8 under. 1 under on his round today, and he's got a 1-shot lead over Bojin of Oklahoma State. Michael Fiegel's 3 back. John Pock currently 4 back. Team competition. How about this? Arizona State now in a tie with Oklahoma State for the top spot. Who will gain the top 8, though? Back at the 10th, Bojin playing his second into the par 4.
132 to this front pin, back into the wind, and the wind has hit this hard. Wow. Gust up just as he was hitting, and that will leave a very delicate chip there.
And one that's going to break hard to the left.
Over at the 14th, Michael Fiegel's playing his second. Nota, what's he have in?
He's got 151, and Curdy's going to need a little masse, a little nice little friendly forward hop to get it close here. It's just perched up and hidden on this back right part of this green on the top shelf, so just got to have the perfect distance here.
It's a very small shelf on top of it, so you have to be dead on.
He's trying to hold it back and get it to move left to right. It is not cooperating. It's okay, though. It's on.
It's going to funnel back into that lower area.
Second for Riggs Johnston at 10.
Looking to flight it down and take care of that breeze. All 3 of those shots in this group coming up a little bit short as the wind is still picking up.
May have misjudged it a little bit, quartering from the left back in their face a hair.
Over at 3, Turk Pettit set to go with driver.
488 yards. This is out to the right, guys. There's nothing but trouble over there.
Desert to the right of the bunker, and that's where it's headed. He heard it, but I don't think he saw it.
He's back. The Connor Moore Show is giving it another go with an all-new season filled with more laughs, more fun, and more. Watch now exclusively on Golf Pass. Second shot for John Pock at 14.
Yeah, since I've been out here, this guy's not looked at anything other than a flag stick, and so he's going right after it, but it's going to come back, I think.
Yep. Just such a small area to get it into in the back part of that green. It's tough to do.
John Pock is 4 off the lead, but
could get interesting. Pettit's in deep trouble. He's in deep trouble over there. I mean, his only choice may be to go back to the tee, even if they find it.
And the race for the top 8. That's who gets to match play. We're back at the NCAA Championship. Coverage presented by Stiefel. And inside the clubhouse here at Greyhawk Golf Club, little spin through Phil's Grill. They were buzzing last Sunday when Phil Mickelson won the PGA Championship. A lot of in as he plays his third.
Going to have to show us a spinner here. Not much green to work with. Low trajectory, but not too bad there. Back up the hill.
Michael Fiegels has a putt for birdie at 14.
Yeah, it's got to come up and out of the valley. Going to work a little left to right.
Now back over at the 10th. Riggs Johnston for birdie.
He's been quite adept at reading these greens so far in this round. It's good looking.
Johnson taps in for his par. 1 over on his round today. Back to 3.
Will Holcomb from Sam Houston getting ready to go?
Yeah, on the left-hand side here, right at 202 yards. Pettit has found his ball. He's on the opposite fairway there, on the 7th, actually.
Got to be careful on this second shot in here. You want to stay right of this flagstick if you can a little bit. If it gets left of it and hole high, it'll run off the back left, and it'll be a tough place to get up and down from.
Go. Go.
And he had it on a good line. Wind has kicked up here a little bit just in the last 30 minutes.
Big par putt for Bo Jin at 10.
He's missed a couple of the short ones to the right. It's just, to me, it's just not total commitment to where he has it aimed.
Notice John Pock has a putt for birdie here.
Yeah, coming out of that same valley, just slightly different angle, so it's still going to work its way to his right toward the valley.
That comes up good 3 feet short. Wake Forest in the 9th spot. This is the 9th hole for Alex Fitzpatrick.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that?
And he is a counting score. Eric Bay is even. Everybody else is over par for Wake Forest. Wake Forest started the day in the tie for 6th, and right now they are on the outside looking in. They are 13 over today in their counting scores.
We remember a week ago, Wake Forest on the women's side struggled coming in, and if you're just maybe tuning into college golf for the first time and see a 5-shot separation there, 4 scores count. It can change in the blink of an eye. Dylan Minetti from Pepperdine just made triple on 18, so it doesn't take much for things to change dramatically as we go over to 15 with John Pock. Looks like a 3-wood.
Just position here, trying to avoid the bunker down the left. Certainly can't attack the whole location if you are happen to be in it, but this is right down the center.
It's a high point on the golf course right here at 15T. You're looking right down the valley just to the left there.
Michael Fiegels, that is, set to go, also with Lesson driver.
Yeah, both Fiegels and Pock, if they have any hope of cutting into that lead, need to make something happen. So got to stay aggressive, going with the driver here.
A tough hole location here today. If you're going to get close to it, you have to play from the fairway.
This has to get down just a bit.
I think you're better off in that fairway bunker with that good lie than you would be in that rough.
We're going to go over to the third with Turk Pettit, but Billy Ray, he's not playing from the third.
No, he's not. He's actually in the right-hand rough side of the seventh, the long par 4. Now, this second shot, I think this is an incredible break here. It's totally blind coming up and over the desert. Anything around the green from this position here, just over 190 yards. Tough to get a number from this position here. He had to walk up some 100 yards up into the desert to try to get some type of line of sight.
And that comes up short right. It's not a bad spot to be as long as he's in that grass there.
But I'm with Billy Ray there. That could have been absolute disaster.
Yes, sir.
For Pettit. Over at 11, Quade Cummins.
Up a tee on this reachable par 5, but back into the wind.
Yeah, they moved the tee up a little bit here. It could play 650. And that's a beauty.
Well, about an hour ago, we saw John Pock hit driver to 2 feet. So possible if you got the guts and the firepower. Now let's see Bo Jen, see if he can settle things down, make his first birdie of the day.
Yeah, time to hit reset here. Put one in play. Give yourself a chance to make 4. And the very tough par 4 12 is playing dead downwind today. So possibility here to pick up a couple of shots.
Enough room on this hole. You should be able to free up a little bit with the driver.
Very high up the left center.
Good shape.
Wake Forest senior Parker Gillum has a putt for birdie at 18. He is a counting score for Wake Forest, and that comes up short.
You really got to pay attention to where that valley is, what the overall slope of the land is. The valley was behind him there. He's putting uphill, even if it looks flat.
So Gillum is 5 over on his turn, and see Wake Forest 5 out of that 8th spot. Right now, Mark Power is the non-counting score. He's 8 over today. A lot of volatility on this golf course, and over the next 90 minutes or so, a lot could change as far as that 8th spot is concerned. Plus a national championship at stake. Turk Pettit with a 2-shot lead.
2-shot lead. This is third at the par 4.
He's got an opportunity here to get this ball up and down. Plenty of green to work with. This has come out dead. It's going to come up well short.
This ryegrass overseed is really sticky. It's very lush, and if you don't accelerate through there, you're going to have problems.
We talked about his football prowess in high school. How about the 2016 Alabama State Amateur Champ, Turk Pettit, taking home top honors 5 years ago and looking to wrap up this college golf season with a national title on his resume. But others trying to maybe chase him down, like John Pock, his second here at 15.
Similar club in his hand to the previous hole, just over 150. Wind coming in just a bit.
Go.
I do not think he got all of this. Came a little bit up and under.
Oh, man. And look at what he has left. There's only 6 steps from the fringe to the hole. That is going to be a tough third. He'll have to hit a spinner.
Go back over to the green at 3. This would be an all-world par for Turk Pettit.
No doubt. I mean, a huge break off the tee. I really thought the pitch shot, we'd get it in there at least 2 or 3 feet away. Now, this would go a long ways to trying to win the national individual title here. Downhill, moving right to left. Just not enough pace. Had it read pretty well, but
I think he's got to feel pretty good that he's walking away with a 5. That
no
could
doubt.
have easily been a 6. You know, sometimes you get out there in the desert and you have nowhere to go, nowhere to drop it, and your only option really is to go back to the tee. That might not have been the case there at 3, but it happens.
Second on the way for Bo Jin at 11.
Yeah, looking to make something happen. I don't believe he can get this wood there. 297 front edge back into the wind, but he's looking to push something up there with a back pin and just leave himself a pitch into the wind. Playing very aggressively, and I like it, given where he is in this individual race.
Yeah, started the day with the lead, 3 over here in the final round. He's 2 shots back of Pettit. Actually make that 1 as it's time now for the best in class presented by Ping. Taking a look at the freshman to win the NCAA Division I individual title. Got to go back to 2007. Jamie Lovemart from USC, the last to do it. Phil Mickelson in '89, the first of 3. And how about Billy Ray Brown in 1982, the pride of Houston and the pride of our college coverage here at Golf Channel. Curtis Strange, Ben Crenshaw, a world-class list of champs.
And this is the 50th anniversary of Ben Crenshaw winning in 1971. The last time the NCAAs were held in Arizona, it was at Tucson National.
Over at 15, Fiegel second from the fairway bunker.
Not much going from over here. Bad angle, but he has a decent lie. Clipped it really clean.
Asking for it to get up. Boy, it went right over the top of the flagstick. That's actually a great shot. Be a little quick going down there, but a good shot.
Like just got stood up.
Green at 11. This is Jonathan Brightwell from Oklahoma. This to get to 4 under, 3 shots behind Pettit. He looks like somebody, Kurt, doesn't he? Who does he look like?
Maybe Dan Forsman a little bit.
The visor, those long blonde locks. Holcomb for his par 3.
Throw on a pair of firmly pressed slacks.
Checks every box. Now Pak, difficult 3rd at 15.
Yeah, this is classic. Short-sighted. Way too much of this. This is going to be well by.
Yeah, he didn't quite slide it underneath.
We haven't seen him misfire too much on the back 9, but John Pak work to do to save his par to stay 3 back. Turk Pettit, the Clemson Tiger, clinging to that 1-shot lead. It's going to be a lot of fun to see if he can hold on coming down the stretch. Back to 15, just over the green, 3rd for Fiegels.
Yeah, not a bad place to be considering where his drive was.
Boy, he's playing so aggressively. He's leaving some tough putts coming back.
Drop back to 11, 3rd for Bo Jin.
Let's see if he can pay it off now after 2 wonderful shots. Just flight a little chip here from 50 yards. Should 1 skip and check?
Like
yeah,
that.
There you go. Barely took a divot. Very shallow on that.
John Pak, this would be for 4 at the 15th.
Yeah, absolutely has to have this Burko to have any chance of the individual.
So that bogey will drop him 4 shots behind Turk Pettit. So work to do for John Pak. The Fred Haskins Award presented by Stiefel is awarded annually to the most outstanding male collegiate golfer as voted on by collegiate golfers, coaches, and members of the golf media. Here's a look at the list of finalists. And it's been that kind of season that you wondered who might break out this week to sort of cement themselves. We will find out the winner of the Fred Haskins Award presented by Stiefel a little bit later on this week. And we take a look at some of the notable winners. Ben Crenshaw won it 3 times. So did Phil Mickelson. There's David Duval and Justin Leonard. Tiger back in 1996. Justin Thomas in 2012. Kurt, you talked about NCAA individual champs. You win the Haskins Award. Let me tell you, it's almost a blueprint for a lot of success at the next level. Fiegels,
Sure,
see if he can stay 2 back. Well, there's been no issues with those 3-4 footers. Confident over them.
Very. Looks good over him.
Fiegels is 2 back. We go back to the 11th. Johnston for birdie at the par 5.
Pretty mediocre third here, but a good lead in terms of a putt he can be aggressive with. He'd like a little closer, but he's been around the hole all day.
No. Riggs Johnston, that gets him to 4 under. Just 3 back of Pettit.
That went in with a little authority.
Yeah, I think he knows how to play this place pretty well. 63.
Yeah, you get the feeling he's really comfortable on these greens.
And that is certainly a huge part, and it's interesting to watch the journey of these young women and men over the last couple of weeks, how they arrive at this point. Go back to 2013. This is a letter Riggs Johnston wrote to himself saying, I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. I'd really like to go to Arizona State University on a golf scholarship. Played some basketball as well, but he sort of realized his future would probably be in golf. He said, I'll be close to my grandparents' condo. They can cook me dinner. He'll enjoy the warm weather. He had his priorities in order, and lo and behold, 8 years later, Riggs Johnston in the mix for an individual title. See if Bo Jin now can make his first birdie of the day.
Boy, and that tried to lip out on the right edge, but fell in. Little fist pump, a couple for us.
Yeah, and he hasn't had his best stuff, Bones, but he's now a co-leader yet again at 7 under.
And he's about to play 2 or 3 holes downwind.
Up at 18, Davis Thompson of Georgia playing as an individual. Finishing up his college career, the 2021 SEC Player of the Year. We saw his name as a Fred Haskins Award finalist and gets a big hug from his head coach, Chris Hack. Quite a journey it's been. His father, Todd, was captain of the Georgia golf team from 1987 to 1988.
Back to the green at 11, Quade Cummins for birdie.
Yeah, looking for the 3rd birdie in this group, but this delicate here down the hill could fall to his right if it loses speed. Pours that one in.
He needed to see one of those go. It does. Oklahoma securely in the 3rd spot as a team. Go from one Oklahoma Sooner to another. Jonathan Brightwell, his 2nd coming out of the rough.
Trying to figure out how it's going to come out of there. It's downwind, not going to come out with a lot of spin, that's for sure. And there you kind of expect a flyer.
Tee at 16, the par 3, Michael Fiegels getting ready to go. 157 yards today.
Just getting a final consultation on the wind. Just trying to pick up if there's just a little bit of help in it. It was crossing about 30 seconds ago, and then just kind of feels like it shifted just a bit with a little bit of help.
According to Bushnell, 141 yards to the front, 157 to the hole, 167 to the back of the screen.
Just want to keep it at it or just slightly right of it. There's a ridge to the left. It'll feed it away if he gets left of it.
I think he's going at it, Kurt. Illinois is comfortably in that 5th spot, so Fiegels doesn't have to worry too much about letting his team down, and he can take dead aim trying to win this thing.
He has played very aggressively. Oh, he hung that out, though. That'll be a test.
And keep in mind the short 17th these guys will get to in about 15 minutes. Potential for birdie or maybe even eagle as we head to the tee at 12 with Riggs Johnston getting ready to play.
Coming off the previous green with so momentum after that birdie putt, going with driver downwind here. This is an aggressive play, but this kid's a gamer.
Take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
This is a power cut. Good looking from the tee.
Boy, that's really a good play right there. That's one of those they cut. These guys call it their fairway finder. It's a lower trajectory. It's usually for a right-hander dropping to the right.
Now Quade Cummins, driver.
Following suit with the big stick. Wind just a little bit more out of the left at the moment, but certainly some help. Oh boy, that is really low.
Looks like he slipped. Right when he Bones, right when he took it back, it looked like one of his back foot sort of slipped.
Wow, that would have gone under a picnic table. Bo now. 3 wood. Very calm, spending a lot of time today chatting with his coach, Alan Bratton, keeping him loose.
Playing fairly conservative off the tee and then trying to be more aggressive on the approach shots. Let's start that one over, Bones. Let's rethink that.
There are no balks at the NCAA championship, at least not this year. Hitting a draw up the right side, but not cooperating. This needs to get down. It needs a good first bounce to avoid the desert.
Boy, that was a very steery looking swing. He is holding on a little bit right now. Got to turn it loose.
Up to 16, John Pak.
Yeah, he's got no choice but to go dead at the hole right now after that bogey. And that's exactly what he's done here.
There's the ridge, though. That's going to feed away. Maybe go down the hill if he's not careful. It's a steep slope.
Over at 4, Will Holcomb set to play.
Don't count this man out right now. He's currently at 3 under par. Drove in the fairway bunker. Had to lay it up here at the par 5. 97 yards off the upslope. Should stay there. Oh, wonderfully done. Got it below the hole.
Back over to the back 9, third for Brightwell. See how good this short game touch is going to be. I think pretty good. Brightwell 4 under, 3 shots behind Turk Pettit and Bo Jin. Beautiful Monday afternoon here in Scottsdale, Arizona for the 2021 Division I Men's NCAA Championships.
Now Pettit with his third. Laid it up too close and out to the right. Went through it off the tee. Now he's got not very much green to work with. Had to play that shot. Trying to use the back stop just behind there. It's going to come back a little bit.
Actually turned out pretty darn good. Really, his only choice was to be a little more aggressive and use that backstop.
It's going to be a quick one for Pettit coming down the hill for his birdie.
Now Brightwell, see if he can save his par at 12, stay 3 shots back. Heck of an up and down. He's got that look of determination on his face.
You know, if you're Brightwell, you know there can big numbers can happen out here.
Again, we talked about it earlier. A standout at the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. He run the Rod Myers Invitational. That's hosted by Duke. That was in 2019. Also won the Wolfpack Intercollegiate. So for Brightwell to have that opportunity for that bonus year the NCAA gave to these student athletes and to end up at Oklahoma, man, oh man, that has been a win-win for Brightwell and head coach Ryan Hibble. Looks like Fiegel's getting ready to go here at 16, Noda.
Yeah, he's got the face wide open, and he has to. Not a great lie, so he's just got to try and slide it under and get it to just creep on the edge of the green, and it should just kick forward.
Get there, and it's in.
Ooh, that was well done.
Man, very well done. You know, Fiegel's is playing aggressively. At 5 under, I mean, he's going to tap in for par. Got a birdie hole coming up at 17. You just don't know what those other 2 guys at 7 under are going to do.
Coming second at 12.
Ball really sitting down this dense rough. Looking to hit some kind of high flyer out of there. Looks like it needs to reach, though.
If it carries that bunker, it releases right to the hole.
Pocket 16, this for birdie.
Yeah, this is a tough look here. Hit a much better shot than what he ended up with. And he's up and out of this one early, too. Just a little bit short on the distance.
Green at 16 to the green at 4. Will Holcomb, long birdie putt.
Yeah, putt not going to move very much at all. Pretty level, this position of the green where he's putting from. Boy, he's giving them some stroke. Man, aggressive there. He was trying to force the issue.
Oklahoma State freshman Bo Jin coming out of the rough. How's the lie?
Yeah, it's not good. Sitting down, left foot well below his right here, an uncomfortable shot. 205 total, just looking to again get something up in the air and somehow flat 190 in the air. Anything on the green would be amazing. That's heavy.
Boy, what a bounce that was.
He will take that one. Wow.
In a low spot there, long tough putt, but good play.
Turk Pettit for birdie at 4.
Yeah, coming down the slope. It's not going to move at all. Thought it would go right off there. Broke right after the putt itself.
And that raced by a couple of feet, Billy, right?
Yeah, and after bogeying 2 of his last 3, he needed that one.
We'll throw a coin down on that one. We go back over to 12 with Riggs Johnston.
Yes, and then there was Riggs coming off the fantastic birdies on 9 and 11 in this awesome drive here on 12, leaving just 124. And if anybody should be able to handle the heat here in terms of and the altitude in terms of how far this ball is going, it should be Riggs. So a chance here to really get after it and make some noise.
Can't be more than a sand wedge as far as the ball's going. And it's a good shot, too. He planned it out very well.
So Riggs Johnston will have that for birdie at the 12th. That would get him within 2 shots of Pettit and Jin. Taking a look at his career best finishes. Just a sophomore at Arizona State, but he's already got 4 top 4 finishes or better, including the conference championship just a month ago for the Sun Devils. Pak for his par at 16. Hanging around. Holes running out. Now Pettit for his par at the 4th.
Yeah, still somewhere here, about 3 feet for Pettit. Got to keep it inside the hole. Head coach from Clemson, Larry Penley, he is joined Pettit now, trying to help him out a bit here.
It's going to be a special walk for Larry Penley, head coach for 38 years at Clemson, retiring at the end of this week. One of the true greats in college golf.
Yeah, 37 NCAA appearances. What a record for Coach Penley. All right.
Good par there for Turk Pettit. He remains tied at the top, 7 under, alongside Bo Jin. He's even here in the final round, and what a way it could be to send off Larry Penley with an NCAA individual champ. But Fiegel's trying to chase down those guys. Brightwell, Johnston, they're in the mix. Vanderbilt secure in that ace spot. Can Wake Forest make a move? We'll see how it all unfolds over the next couple of hours. Back at the 12th, long birdie putt for Bo Jin.
And you usually talk about getting these lag putts within a 3-foot circle, but this one is so difficult. Anything within 5 or 6 feet would be very good.
He wasn't a very good putter when he got to Oklahoma State, but he's improved a lot since he started there as a freshman.
William Holcomb on the tee at the 5th, 175 yards.
He has been rock solid today, has Holcomb gone over the right-hand side of the tee box, trying to create a better angle to that back left hole location there. Green very firm here at the par 3 5th. Easy. Oh, that's going to be tricky coming back down the hill.
Back into the breeze will help.
William Holcomb, his last college win came at the 2019 Bentwater Intercollegiate with a 1-shot win, and I don't think he's had a haircut since.
Went all Hollywood after that win, didn't he?
Well, why change? And now Pettit really needs a steady shot here. Bogeyed 2 of his last 4 holes. He also going to that right-hand side of the tee box. Actually, his ball flight, he likes to actually hit the ball where he holds it up a little bit, Kurt, and hits a baby fade. Can't miss left. Beautifully done there. It's going to run out a bit, but that'll be back downhill, moving a little bit to his left, but have a great opportunity here at the par 3.
Talked about Larry Penley. Unfortunately, Clemson as a team has gone the wrong way today. We take you over to 12.
Riggs Johnston, see if he can keep cruising along.
Lots of momentum, looking to keep the big train rolling.
Yeah. Sneaking up on those guys.
1 under on the day, 5 under for the week, just a couple of shots back as we are at the NCAA Championships on a Memorial Day Monday. Coverage presented by Geico, so glad you could join us. Individual champ will be crowned. The race for 8 will wrap up, and we'll flip the switch right over to match play. But Bo Jin, Turk Pettit, 7 under. Those two guys co-leaders at the moment. Bo Jin, little bit of work left for his par at 12.
Yeah, just a few feet. Cummins made bogey in front of him from the front bunker.
So Jin in with that par. Couple over on the day, but hanging in, not bad for a freshman. Quick moment to let you know, for more information on the 2021 Division I Men's Golf Championships, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Jonathan Brightwell on the tee at 13.
That hole location over the bunker on the right, downwind. It's a tough hole location to get to. He was trying to attack, but
a moment ago at the 8th, this is Tyson Reeder from Arkansas. Yeah, good shot there. Maybe a great shot by Tyson Reeder. How about it? It went in.
Had to go in.
Brad McMakin, the head coach for the Razorbacks, getting in there, and what a moment for Tyson Reeder, and what a moment for all of us in college golf. And thanks to John Tyson, the Blessings Collegiate Invitational, sort of getting us back to the college golf season this past fall. We couldn't do enough without guys like John Tyson and so many others to arrive here at the championships.
John Pock second at 17.
I'm surprised he didn't go with driver off the tee and just try to sneak something up in there. I mean, that bunker that you see in the background there, that's a good spot. I'm very surprised he didn't hit driver.
Well, Kurt, the wind shifted just a fraction right back into the player's face off the left. So the 318 to the hole might just been a bit out of reach for these guys, and these 2 cross bunkers that protect the opening of this fairway just aren't where you want to be. But Fiegel's laid up nicely, still has 114 yards left, just has to make sure he gets it to the hole. Anything short will spin back. Not a good shot here.
Stays up there. Yeah, that little bit of wind shift made all the difference. So early in the day, every player was hitting driver, and getting a lot of players were getting a hole high. We saw a few players on the green.
Pettit looking at his birdie putt at the 5th.
Yeah, very good look here, coming down the hill, moving back from right to left. I can tell you Will Holcomb has played his second shot from over the green, ran it by about 12 feet. He'll have that left for par.
Now, Pettit's got this putt for birdie. Then he's got a par 4 at 6 that's only playing 354. He should have wedge there. 7's a tough driving hole, but then 8 and 9, that I think, especially the 9th hole, would give him an advantage right now over Bo Jin. 18 is the toughest hole on the golf course, and that's where Bo Jin will be finishing.
You have to be really careful here, Kurt, because once this ball gets turning left, it's going to pick up some speed here and get away from you easily. Oh, just catches that hard left side. Wow, what a beautiful putt. Maybe just a bit too much speed, but that caught a lot of the hole.
I think it turned left just enough at the end, Billy Ray. Boy, that was a good stroke.
The bad news, it didn't fall. The good news, it caught the left edge of the hole, or it might have been about 4 or 5 feet past.
I can second that.
Turk Pettit started the day 2 back, had opened up a 2-shot lead. But a couple bogeys have dropped him back to 7 under and a share of the lead.
That is Will Holcomb, the leader for Sam Houston, and remarkable how they got through regionals at Karsten Creek in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Their leader in the mix to win that tournament had to sit out the final day because of contact tracing due to COVID-19. They weren't allowed to drop a score that final day. The Bearcats got it done, and needless to say, Holcomb couldn't have been happier.
Well, they played some great golf today, buddy.
Dude, they were.
And we're going to the Natty. What?
Hey, Tommy, tell Robert to sit the bench, baby.
No, I'm not going to do that, brother.
Well, we'll be over there in a little bit. I don't know when all the stuff we have to do, but the fight's done.
I'm starting to pack my stuff.
Hey, these 4 guys played for you. These 4 guys played for you today, Will.
Thank
these
you,
four
Ashley.
guys played for you.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley.
Please don't
Hey,
do that.
thank you, Ashley. You heard you. Dude, these guys were, I mean,
Love you too,
man.
brother.
Jack, we miss you guys.
We'll see you in a few minutes.
I just want to thank them so much for the greatest fought rounds of their lives today at one of the hardest golf courses in the nation. And we're going to the Natty because my boys, baby, let's go! We going! They have my back! We Bearcats, baby, eat them up! Snap.
And Will Holcomb telling me this morning, I hope I have their backs today. He said he's come here to ruin somebody's week. That's the mentality the Bearcats have. Awesome story.
Wonderful story, and you see that awesome nature of college golf because it's all about team. And you know what? Look at what's going on here. You see Holcomb is at 3 under in the individual. Bo Jin and Turk Pettit share the lead. And about a half hour ago, it didn't look all that good as the race for the top 8 is underway. Who's going to hang on? Sam Houston right now in the 9th spot, not out of it by any stretch. Today's coverage is brought to you by the Thunderbirds, promoting the Valley of the Sun through sports. Waste Management, who is always working for a sustainable tomorrow. Learn more at WM.com. The new Ping Putters, engineered with a higher moment of enjoyment. Oklahoma's Jonathan Brightwell has this putt for par at 13. So he's going to give one back. John Pock for his birdie at 17.
Coming from this middle tier here, he's got to come up and out of it, up onto the top part where the hole's cut.
Now over at the 6th, Turk Pettit on the tee.
Yeah, going to less than drivers, trying to fit it in the fairway here. It's back into the breeze. Really no need to try to push it up the fairway.
Let's take you over to 13, and Riggs Johnston red hot on the tee.
226 downwind, trying to cut a 5-iron, get to land softly.
This green is just so firm right now.
Kurt, I got to imagine any one of these guys here in these last groups would take 3 on this hole and run.
100%.
Bo Jin started the day with a 2-shot lead, according to Bushnell. 226 to the hole, 240 to the back.
Thing is, you can't come up short here. It's back down the hill, so you got to land it up on top on the green and then just hope it stops.
This is a good-looking shot. A little left of it.
Get there.
Looked good for club selection from the tee.
I mean, he's a long way from the hole, but it's about as good as we've seen in a while. It's tough to get it close there.
I think it's
Michael Fiegels ran his birdie putt past the hole. He has this left for his par. He's been rock steady with those. Quade Cummings on the tee at 13.
Not a bad idea for him to get after one here. As tough as this hole is, he needs to make something happen and feel better about his game.
I mean, that looked good in the air, landed just short of hole high, and that's where he ends up. Just almost impossible to get it close.
Hard to believe that we are inside of 2 months for the beginning of the Tokyo Olympics. The Olympics begin July 23rd, live from Tokyo on NBC. Now over at the 6th, William Holcomb will be first to play at this par 4. And according to Bushnell, William Holcomb is going to have 139 yards to the hole.
Yeah, advantage here. A little breeze back into the players' faces. They come in with that hole location cut just over that green side bunker on the right-hand side. This green in this section is very firm. You got to come in with a lot of spin here. Perfect lie here.
And we saw earlier what happens if you get much past the hole location, even back into the breeze. The back part of the green slopes away, so this shot has to be precise to get it close.
Yeah, he's got to land this ball about 135 yards. 36 yards would be what he's looking at right now if you're dialed in on your yardage. Not his best at all there. That's going to come almost back to the very front of the green.
What's Turk Pettit have left?
Yeah, 117 yards. And what you'll notice here when he hits these shots, he'll kind of hold the finish off a bit, not let the toe of the club come over. Flights it down a bit here.
Stay there.
Yeah, it's going to catch that ridge, Kurt.
Good shot. Something right.
Turk Pettit trying to win the individual title. He and Bo Jin share the lead at 7 under here at Greyhawk. Golf Club, the Raptor course. Holcomb's birdie from the front part of the green at 6.
Easy. Got over that ridge and picked up a lot of speed. That was always going to be a difficult 2-putt for Holcomb from that position on the green here at 6.
Michael Fiegels on the tee at 18. You got to think, Noda, he needs a birdie to post 6.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to post whatever he can at this point. Hadn't really hit a lot of great approach shots on these last 4 or 5 holes, and he is leaning. This is headed out to the right.
There's a penalty area down there, and that looks like where that ball is. It runs between 10 and 18 in between those 2 fairways. Oh, that's a costly mistake if it's down in there.
Over at 13, Riggs Johnston for his birdie, Bones, and got a lengthy one.
Yeah, tough read here, but Riggs has been putting these greens like he used to work in the cart barn here.
2-putt this hole, which it looks like he's going to do no problem. Then hopefully, you know, find a birdie or 2 coming in. You never know.
Pettit for his birdie at the 6. Billy Ray, did he learn something from Holcomb?
No doubt. He learned a lot. Got this one out to the right. Very cautious after watching the putt of Will Holcomb there. Very good. Standing here next with head coach Larry Penley from Clemson, taking on the action.
Back at 13, Bo Jin has this putt for birdie and the outright lead.
Quality tee shot. This back up the hill, turning to his left. And that will leave a very nervy 4 feet.
Second for Jonathan Brightwell of Oklahoma at 14. Oklahoma currently in the 4th spot.
Let's see if he can get it on that back ledge where the hole is today. Should release coming out of the rough. Judged it pretty well. Judged it very well, actually.
We talked about the Thunderbirds and how much they mean to this community. The mission of Thunderbirds Charities to assist children and families to help people in need and improve the quality of life in the community. A record $14 million was raised from proceeds from the 2020 Waste Management Phoenix Open. In addition to monetary funds, the Thunderbirds routinely donate their time to local charities, including St. Mary's Food Bank. And they do a wonderful job, and we appreciate all of their support in bringing the women's and men's NCAA golf championships to Grayhawk. Now over at the 6th, Holcomb for par. Remember, Holcomb, he's 4 off the lead in the individual, but Billy Ray, this is so important as Sam Houston tries to get into that top 8.
I was just thinking the same thing. This is a putt that's back up the hill. Just a little bit of break from left to right here. Well, got it too far out there.
Yeah, he knew he had missed it.
Right
a minute it left.
go.
Yeah, a minute it left the putter face.
Wade Cummings, it's been a rough day for the Oklahoma senior, his par putt. And still work to do there. Time now for today's save or saves presented by Geico. How about Oklahoma's Logan McAllister at the 5th, the par 3, 175 yards. And McAllister with a 9-iron, one hops it in for an ace at the 5th. Then you have Florida State's John Pock, and playing the par 5 11th, Kurt, driver off the deck.
A little bit of a breeze back in his face. He kept this down, and it just skirts that bunker. And for a second, we thought it might go in. This is just an incredible driver off the ground there at par 5 11.
Tap in eagle, and then a short time ago, Arkansas's Tyson Reeder at the par 3 8th, 189 yards today. And that's what you call holing speed for our second ace of the day. Tyson Reeder at the 8th for Arkansas. That's today's saves presented by Geico. Over at 14, Arizona State's Cameron Sisk for birdie. Arizona State has made a heck of a move today. They are right now in the top spot. Note Michael Fiegel's in the penalty area at 18.
Well, if a picture tells you 1,000 words, it just told you the whole story there. Ball flew in the penalty area, and just a very bad time for a poor swing, and now just got to make the best of a tough situation.
Head coach Mike Small with Michael Fiegels.
There won't be anything easy about this next shot either.
Right well for his birdie at 14. Oklahoma 10 over as a team today.
Over at 7, Turk Pettit set to go, less than driver.
Yeah, I think that's a smart play with a helping breeze here. 500 yards this par 4 plays.
Pinches in there, though, at about 285.
He's trying to keep it just short of that. I mean, it narrows down to about 12 to 15 yards wide.
Okay. That is ideal.
And that is bombed out there. He hit that a long ways for a 3-wood.
Take it back to the tee at 14. Co-leader Bo Jin does not have driver out.
Very intimidating tee shot here as the fairway in the desert really pinch in here. Johnston played in front of Jin and smoked an iron up the right center. Good shot. Jin with fairway medal. This is a bullet up the left center. Really well done.
He's playing a lot of sort of 3/4 swings. That does catch that A little bit of rough there, so we'll see how that affects it, but in good shape.
Ludwig Agberg of Texas Tech for his par at the 9th, his final hole of the day, on a day in which scoring conditions are not easy. A 4 under 66 for Agberg. Unfortunately for Texas Tech, they're on the outside looking in the team competition. An individual championship is at stake today. Bo Jin, Turk Pettit share the lead at 7 under par here at Grayhawk and the Division I Men's Golf Championships. Feagles.
Yeah, he kept the point where it last crossed, went all the way back into 10 fairway, 255. Could very well be the longest second shot into the screen today, Kurt.
Very well, I'm sure it is, and such a poor angle to play from, and no surprise here that he ended up in that bunker left of the green. It's just no chance from over there on that kind of yardage to get it close.
Now John Pox second into 18.
Again, taking dead aim. Great looking shot here.
Well, he's got good action. I really like his golf swing.
Riggs Johnson first to play at 14.
165. This young man plays very quickly. No fuss, no muss. Jin now very unlucky in that his tee shot took just a little bit of a left kick, and it just caught the corner of the rough, if you will, that pinches in here on the left side. But a fantastic lie. Really not too much to worry about.
Yep.
He will have learned a lot from Riggs' shot in terms of how much it released.
Right. Just left center of the green for a line, okay? Because it's going to go right when it hits the ground.
So 145 total. You would think he wouldn't fly this any more than 135 downwind. Just looking for the ball to release a little bit to the right, as Coach Bratton mentioned, as it runs out.
There's a good look from the crane angle from up above. See that swale?
Give your mama. Give your mama something to yell about.
Give your mama something to yell about. Just left of that ball on the green and let it release to that top level.
Very high and left center of the green, just looking for that right kick. Should work a little bit that way now. Well judged in terms of club selection.
Yeah, that's a good shot and going to give him a chance to make a putt for birdie. Haven't seen a lot of them.
Whatever. The boy's up.
Quade Cummins last to play.
Just has not seemed himself out here today. 119. Very sloppy bogey on the last after a missed club from the tee. Needs some spin here and gets it. Well done.
Fourth shot for Feagles at the par 4 18th.
Yeah, now it's all about your place and your final finish in this field. Up and down would go a long way to keep him in that top 5. Pretty good looking shot here too.
And he is the last player out for Illinois. They're safely into match play. Coverage of the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships continues with the team match play quarterfinals Tuesday at 12 Eastern, live on Golf Channel. For more information on the 2021 Men's Golf Championships, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Also on the green here at 18, Cole Sherwood from Vanderbilt. He's going to be the non-counting score for the Commodores. So when you look at that, Vanderbilt at 24 over, solidly in that 8th position, 6 clear of Sam Houston. That's what Vanderbilt's going to post. You still have North Carolina ahead of them at 21 over with a lot of golf to play. So barring some miraculous comebacks down the stretch, which very unlikely to happen, Vanderbilt's moving on to match play.
Yeah, and the nature of this golf course, Burko and Kurt, is it's not like it's a birdie fest out there. It's not like you're going to be making up ground. It's hanging on for dear life.
It's hard to remember the last time we've seen a birdie. I mean, it's just playing really tough. The greens are firm. There's some wind blowing this afternoon. This hole right here, 18, has been the hardest hole all week, and it is no let up today.
And we saw that last week with the women. Wake Forest had some issues in their final few holes. Alice Hodge, Florida State doubles the last to knock the Seminoles out. Other than Auburn, for the ladies going 10 under in the final round last Monday, very similar to what Pepperdine's doing today. They're 10 under. Everyone else is just sort of hanging on for dear life. So post a score and just sort of let everything else play out.
Pock for birdie here. ASU's played pretty well today. They're 4 under. Yeah, they're showing good signs of the team that they're capable of being.
Florida State in that 6th spot as Hawks birdie turns left. So the real question mark now is who has holes to play. And right now North Carolina in the 7th spot, they have a lot of holes still to play, and there's a lot of danger out on the golf course.
But maybe for them, they're finishing on the front side. Potentially
8
a
and
little
9
easier.
playing downwind. If you're choking coming in, 8 and 9 are downwind.
Back over at 14, Riggs Johnston has this putt for birdie.
Whoops.
Boy, it looked like it was going to go left, but that valley got him. My goodness, does it have a strong pull?
Yeah, they played here plenty too, so that really fooled him.
Riggs Johnston 2 off the lead.
Over at 7, second shot here for Turk Pettit.
Yeah, this is a 7-iron from 210 yards. He's going to try to work this ball in hard from right to left, headed toward the center of the green, not turning much. Yeah, definitely hard to get to this whole location where it's positioned on that left-hand side today.
It's up on that upper tier too, and that's down in the bowl, so a tough putt up and over.
Up at 18, Michael Fiegels was right in the mix for the individual. Couldn't make some birdies coming down the stretch, and that's a heck of a bogey.
A heck of a bogey. Good playing.
Now back at 14, Bo Jin. Good look at birdie for the outright lead.
Now the valley was to his right there, and he saw left to right break. It's almost like you have to double it if it's a foot of break, you have to play 2 feet when the valley is to your right. That overall slope out here at Grayhawk is that way.
Bo Jin, part of the strong Oklahoma State team, as we take a look at their season in review presented by Titleist. Won the Maridoe Collegiate Invitational, the National Invitational, the Augusta Haskins Award Invitational, then winning the Big 12 Championship, and then in Stillwater, a 14-shot win at the NCAA Regional over Illinois. And Wade Cummins on the green at 14. And Bones, you mentioned a bunch of loose shots, but this club has not worked at all today, has it?
No, it has not. But that's a great 3 there. Certainly some time now to make some noise. This guy's very resilient, been around a while, but hasn't had his A game by any means, but fighting as hard as he can.
Again, Oklahoma 10 over today, but comfortably in the 4th spot.
And Bob, you showed the success of Oklahoma State this year. How about a shout out to Maridoe for what they did for amateur and college golf? There were a lot of things going on a year ago during the pandemic, and they sort of provided opportunities for anyone looking to get a game, get a tournament, and really, sort of getting us back to some sense of normalcy in this game of golf.
Well, Golf Channel will be there in the fall to televise it. So looking forward to that. So a par for Johnston. He's still in the mix here as far as the individual is concerned. Overcame that double at the 7th. Hope you're enjoying coverage of the NCAA Championship. It is presented by Stiefel.
Over to the 7th, bit of a spot of bother here for William Holcomb.
Yeah, no doubt. He caught a flyer lie in the right-hand rough. He's over the green here, coming off the desert floor. And it's going to catch that ridge now. It'll catch the slope and go all the way back down to the front part of the green. Really, really didn't have much of a chance from that position there.
Those shots out of the desert, you'd think it's kind of like a bunker shot. Maybe I can spin it. You just can't spin it out of this gravel in the desert. I don't know what it is, but
Over at 15, Sisk from Arizona State. This a long birdie putt, and you touched on it, Kurt. The Sun Devils playing really well today. Again, one of the best teams in the country. Certainly a little bit of knowledge here, as Bones has alluded to with Riggs Johnston, just how well he seemingly reads these greens.
Knowledge. They play and practice in this kind of weather, this 100-degree weather. They're very used to that. The condition of the greens this time of year, all the greens in the valley really are transitioning out of the overseed into the Bermuda. And so they have a lot going for them if they can keep this kind of momentum up as they go into match play.
And think about it, Burko, to re-emphasize that point. Their throwout score today is David Poog, who's +2.
Yeah, so when you've got 3 under, 1 under, 1 under, that's sort of how you push your way right into match play. Tee at 15. Cummins shot on the way.
Hitting the power slider off the tee. This is a beautiful looking shot if it lands softly for him.
Good start there for Quade Cummins. We'll keep it right here with Riggs Johnston, who's 5 under 2 back in Bones. He's made more birdies than anyone else this week, 18 so far. If he can get to 19 or 20, he might have a chance.
Yeah, I believe it. This kid, the way he carries himself out here is very impressive. Seems like he's carrying very little baggage, plays very aggressively, very quick. Very refreshing to see. This is a bomb up the right center. Looks really good. He doesn't haggle over club selection. He just throws that head cover off the driver and goes. Really simplifying things out here.
Refreshing to see that. You can play quickly and you can play well. So 2 good ones there. See if Bo Jin can follow suit.
Very hot out here today. Bo was disgusted with himself early in the round, and he wore black shoes out here, and they were on fire on the front 9. Actually, on the 7th tee, he was pouring water on his shoes, which I've actually never seen before, but you never know with this game of golf that we love. Very high and to the right, dangerously to the right.
There's a lot of grass over there. And I think he stayed just in the rough there. So he's okay.
You could see it bounce a couple of times, so won't be too much damage potentially. His teammate on the green, Shikara, this for birdie. Oh yeah, Eugenio rolls that in. He went with the white shoes today. He didn't have to pour any water on those. But a couple of birdies on the back 9. Eugenio inside the top 10. Bo Jin, a little trouble off the tee at 15. Pettit trying to bring it home. 2 tied at the top. We'll see how it plays out right after this. Jonathan Brightwell, this to save his par.
He was on the green, and his first putt passed the hole to here. And that's a 3 putt.
Over at 7, Pettit, long birdie putt.
Yeah, coming up that sharp ridge. Overall, not a lot of break here, but very slow initially.
It's going to be a good par, though, on a tough hole. There have been some disasters at 7 this week.
So Pettit will tap that in for par. Remains 7 under with a couple holes to go as you're watching the NCAA championships. Coverage presented by Geico. Coming down the stretch here to determine the individual champ. You got Bo Jin doing a little bit of walking, trying to see what he's going to face with his second. And while he does that, Quade Cummins not going to waste any time.
Yeah, 125 to this front pin. He should be able to generate some spin here. Did not want to wait for Bo Jin to get back to his ball. Just cutting right of the flag.
Boy, it made a big difference playing from the fairway. He was able to attack that flag stick tucked over the bunker.
Go back over to 7. Holcomb from Sam Houston's got this for bogey.
Yeah, trying to limit the damage here. All right.
They're hanging in. They're going to need some help. Back at 15 with Riggs Johnston.
just a few yards inside Cummins. Looking good from here.
And it is.
He's looked really solid today, Kurt.
He has 5 under par. He's 1 under on the round today. Been a tough day. Scores are a little high.
Now Bo Jin.
And considering how much this ball is sitting down in the right rough, I would think he'd play well right of the flag here, open up the green for himself, and give the ball a chance to remain on the putting surface after it runs out. If he gets aggressive here, this ball could get over the green in a hurry.
Yeah, play for par, get it on the green and 2-putt.
And he has played up the right center. Smart play.
It's still going to be a tough first putt, though, from that back edge. Just playing from the rough out here right now is not the spot.
Bo Jin, a co-leader alongside the Clemson Tiger, Turk Pettit, who's on the tee at the par 3/8. He teed off in the back 9, so just a couple holes remaining for Turk. See if he can make a couple of pars. Will that be good enough? We'll find out as we'll take a look at our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
189 yards. This is an 8-iron for Turk. Stand on the tee here. That hole looks very gettable here. Yeah, actually trying to bring this a little bit from left to right. Could use a slope a bit here.
Stay up there.
It did.
Yep.
Pettit's got to look at birdie upcoming here at the par 3/8. Tied at the top alongside Bo Jin. Riggs Johnston hanging in there as well. Illinois posted. Florida State, Vandy. They're moving on to match play. Will North Carolina join them? We'll watch them finish up coming down the stretch. But I think he'd be thrilled to get down in 2.
Yeah, putting out of this bowl behind the flag, going uphill and to the left initially, and then the valley should grab it at the very end and try and get it to the right.
Not too bad.
Over at 16, his teammate Eugenio Chikara having some issues.
He hit it long, well past the green, and then out of the rocks. Got his second shot to there, third shot. Now that'll be a tap in for 4.
Quake Cummins for birdie at 15.
Not a lot of movement in this one.
Cummins safely in for his par. Quick moment to let you know it's time to tee off. Search, compare, and save on your next round with no booking fees. Every course, every tee time. Fee-free fairways are waiting at teeoff.com or the Tee Off app. Riggs Johnston, this for another birdie.
As quick as this is, it should fall just slightly to his right. This kid is money, man, and he is very comfortable on the stage right now.
We said it, Bones, on the tee. 18 birdies, make it now 19, leading the field this week, and he's just 1 shot back, guys.
Making things interesting.
And this Jin putt coming up here should be interesting. He's made a number of putts from this length today, but they haven't all been right in the center. They've been a little bit shaky. A couple of them falling in on the left and right edges.
Yeah, most of the misses that I've seen, Bones, on these shorter ones have been to the right. So keep an eye on that.
Dead center there, looks solid.
It's a good par after that drive. That rough's tough to play from.
They head to 16. We go to the green at the par 3. Brightwell for his par. And as this is taking shape, it looks like the Sooners are going to be solidly in that 4 spot, but you never know. Brightwell has bogeyed 3 of his last 4 holes.
Trevor Johnson of Louisville, his second into 9. Louisville on the outside looking in right now. Currently in the 9th spot. And really, you take a look at it in the team leaderboard, and it really is in the hands of North Carolina right now. Barring their scoring players imploding, they're going to get a spot in match play. Unless Wake Forest starts making a bunch of birdies and North Carolina suddenly falls apart. That's kind of where it stands. Vanderbilt's in. Pepperdine, by the way, advancing to match. They'll be advancing to match play for the first time since match play began. They're currently in the 3rd spot.
Over at 8 now, Turk Pettit. This for birdie in the outright lead.
Very good look here. Pretty lucky to stay up on that top tier here for Pettit. Comes back up the slope. You have to be careful here. This ball will go back to the right once it starts losing speed here. It's a really tough read. Initially, you want to try to make it go a little bit to the left, but it'll straighten up at the end.
You'd love to make one. Give yourself a little insurance coming in.
I think if he makes this and having the par 4 9s where you can hit iron off the tee, this could go a long ways right here.
Day up.
Oh, my goodness, that runs by a good 3.5 to 4 feet, and that's going to be a really tester for him.
Now we head over to 16. Riggs Johnston coming off birdie. Bones just one back.
Wedge in hand, trying to hold something up against a lot of right to left wind at the moment.
This hole's played a little over par today. You have to be precise. That's going to catch that ridge. It's going to stay up, but that's the trouble. This hole location is very tough to get close to.
It's been a great couple of weeks for the women and men here at the Division I National Championships. And just this small group, 6 teams, had both the women's and men's programs advancing this far. Arizona State, one of them. So they're making a move as we go back to 16 with Quade Cummins.
Very high, also holding it up, looking for some help from that wind now and getting it. See if he gets the number right.
I mean, that green is so firm there. That was a very good shot. Hit very solidly with spin.
From the par 3 16th over to the par 3 8th. Turk Pettit from Clemson. Work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work. This will definitely test your nerves too. He comes back down the slope here. Well, with confidence on top of that, just drilled it.
7 under, 1 hole to go. Tied with this man, Bo Jin, at 16.
Jin now going with wedge, much like the other 2 guys. Got to hammer something here, hold it up and get it to land soft. This is up on that right to left wind a little bit, needs to get down.
That as good as you can do, Kurt.
It's just really tough. You've got to hit you have to cut it back into that breeze, and it's tough to do. Things are very firm.
Turk Pettit heads to his final hole. Bo Jin's got a birdie putt upcoming at 16, and don't sleep on Riggs Johnston on a bit of a heater, just 1 back.
Turk Pettit with less than driver on the tee at the 9th and a share of the lead for the men's individual golf championship.
Yeah, 273 to that bunker on the right-hand side. Hole gently bends from left to right. This is up the right-hand side, Kurt.
We've saw he's made 2 birdies here this week.
And that ball is in the first bunker, Kurt. That is a deep bunker and a very, very big lip there.
Yeah, if he's up against that lip, it could be a problem.
Well, let's go over to 16. Bo Jin tied with Pettit at 7 under, but has got a chance for the outright lead.
And putting from a low area back up the hill, and there will be a very interested Riggs Johnston paying a lot of attention to this putt as he is putting from just a foot away up the hill. It wants to work from left to right, but not as much as you think. Quade Cummins putted in front of these guys and got completely fooled in terms of the valley influence on his putt. Riggs standing directly behind the hole watching all of this, and that putt just doesn't go to as much to the right as you think. So you would think he's got some action here, putting from some 25 feet away.
Can't get a better read than that. The speed was dying speed. He should have a great idea what this does.
And it's nice these young men don't really mind if you stand in their through line and watch what's going on, and that's exactly what Riggs did there. And if it's cool, you got to do it. Learn everything you can, especially if things come to an end here on such an important day.
This for a three-way tie for the lead at 7 under.
Oh. I thought he was walking after that for just a moment. He loved it halfway there.
He thought he made it. There's no doubt about that.
That would have been for his 20th birdie of the week, which again, the 19 leads the field. He knows. He thought he had it. Got a chance, though, coming down the stretch. Maybe pick up another one. Turk Pettit on the other side with his coach, Larry Penley. What an emotional moment this is going to be.
Huh, Ridgeback. Ridgeback? That's pretty cool. So it's a brace for the face?
Ridgeback, like the dog.
I don't know, I'm really a cat guy. So what is it?
The best feeling and longest metalwoods you'll ever hit.
Was that Bernhard?
Oh, great, Langer.
You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
One for me and one for me. Introducing buy one, get one for just $1 at Burger King. Grab a flame-grilled Whopper or Impossible Whopper and mix or match it with your favorites for an extra $1. Go ahead. You deserve it. Buy one, get one for $1. Your way better.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? It's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Protect your pet this flea and tick season with Chewy. Find everything from flea collars and sprays to prescriptions that keep pests away. Chewy has what you need to keep tails wagging and pets itch-free all season long. Shop pet prescriptions and more at chewy.com today.
In business, it's never just another day. It's the big sale or the big presentation, the day where everything goes right, or the one where nothing does. With Comcast Business, you get the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and advanced cybersecurity to protect every device on it, all backed by a dedicated team 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Created by one of golf's legends, Muirfield Village Golf Course plays host to the Memorial Tournament. Who will walk away with the trophy this year? Thursday, 3 Eastern on Golf.
Clemson's Turk Pettit started the day 2 back. At one point, he had opened up a 2-shot lead, even on his round, missing the fairway at the 9th, his final hole of the day.
Just on the upslope of this deep bunker. He's got 151 to the front of the green here. I think he has an opportunity to get it there. 173 total. He does have some helping breeze, though.
Easy to fat it when they're on an upslope like that.
Yeah, solid contact. Took enough to get up over that face of the bunker just to the front. It's going to spin back a little bit down that slope. Yeah, still working its way back down. Oh my, and then that's going to be difficult now, all the way down in the flat in that collection area on the right.
And Coach Larry Penley raking the bunker. This will be his final year as the head coach of the Clemson Tigers. And we asked Turt what his coach meant to him.
I think the main thing is he trusts us as players. He believes in us. And, that started at when he started recruiting you as a kid, you could tell he thought you could do well, and that's why he recruited us, and he still believes that to this day. So I think that means the most.
And what a mark that Coach Larry Penley has left on this Clemson program, retiring after this season, his 38th season, 37 NCAA appearances, winning the 2003 NCAA national title at Karsten Creek. And obviously he's touched the lives of so many student athletes over the course of his career. And Kurt, you know, you talk about sport, but there's a lot more to it when you're a coach than just coaching players. It's about helping young men grow up, and Larry Penley has certainly done that as well as anybody in college golf history.
He's loved by his ex-players. You talk to them and they just have a soft spot for this man right here. And to last 38 seasons at the same university is phenomenal in Division I college athletics.
Unfortunately for Clemson, they went the wrong way as a team today, so they will not advance to match play in Coach Penley's final season. But can Turk Pettit win the individual? That would be a wonderful way for Coach Penley to finish his career. You know, the 17th, before we came on the air, everybody, Kurt, was taking drive route, including Turk Pettit, and he hit one of the finest shots we've seen into 17 on this drivable par 4.
Yeah, it's like 290 to the front right edge, and Pettit just flew it almost hole high and got it to stay on the green. It was a phenomenal shot. Noda did mention earlier that the wind had shifted a little bit more in from the left, and it's making it a lot harder later this afternoon for players to hit driver up there. But Riggs Johnston going to give it a shot here, Bones.
Straight to the big stick. Trying to cut one towards the flag. It's all a question of the first bounce, and that appears as though it came up in the very short bunker. He must have caught that off the heel somewhat, I would think, to have the ball finish there.
That'll be a long bunker shot. That was a yard from being darn good. In that bunker green side, it's a pretty straightforward up and down.
Bo Jin next to play as we take a look at his tee shot. Top Tracer technology powered by Topgolf.
Bo now has hit his driver much higher than the other two guys in this group, and that could pay dividends here in terms of him getting something online and having it come down just a little softer, possibly on the green with the wind not hurting so much at the moment. Boy, this is extremely high. It's on a wonderful line.
Boy, when he needed a good drive, he got up and did it. That is tremendous.
He shares the lead with Turk Pettit, who's finishing his round at the 9th, facing his third shot.
It is a difficult third shot as well, coming down in that collection area. He's got to come up the steep slope. He's walking up the slope now, trying to survey the situation where he's pitching from, Kurt. He cannot see the putting surface. And he's going to actually, coming off a really tight lie, I would suspect this ball is going to come in very low and try to get it back there. He's got some green to work with. But I got to tell you, the nerves here trying to win a national championship here and having historic coach Larry Penley right next to your side. A lot of pressure on this young man right now.
These very tight lies around here. This is the kind of shot where they don't want to dig too much. They don't want to have too much shaft lean. They want to just take it right off the top of this turf, let that club go and hit a little spinner.
He's done just that. Solid contact. Should spin here.
Didn't quite get the check, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We thought finishing on the front might help Turk Pettit. He doesn't have any birdies today on the front. He has a share of the lead, though, with the individual title at stake. Clemson team out to support Turk Pettit. Can he win the national championship? Assistant coach Jordan Bird is there, and Larry Penley's wife, Heidi, in his final day as the head coach of the Clemson Tigers program. And this would be a wonderful way to end that career if Pettit can make this par and post his 7 under. Right now, that's a share of the lead with Bo Jin, who does have an eagle putt coming up at 17, but has to play the difficult 18th.
You stand behind and look at this putt here. It looks almost left center, Kurt. Keep it firm.
He's definitely trying to get a feel for it, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on how hard he wants to hit it. You know, it's maybe left edge if he's going to feed it in there, inside left if he's going to hit it a little more firmly.
I can tell you the putts from this length he is hit with a lot of pace.
Sure cut. Turk Pettit went out in 2 under, plays his second 9 2 over, an even par 70, so he has posted 7 under. While that was going on over at the par 4 17th, second for Riggs Johnston of Arizona State, who is also in this mix.
Pretty long bunker shot. Not an easy one. Boy, that thing worked away to the right.
Now live at 17. Bones, you had a chance to check out this eagle putt for Bo Jin?
I have, Bob, and it's extremely tough. This putt is up and over a significant ridge, but it breaks a lot to his left, and it's one of those putts that if he underreads it, in terms of the right to left, it could literally feed down some 30 feet away from the hole. So I think the tendency would be to overread it in terms of break and miss on the high side, if you will, in terms of that right to left. But if you can get anything here within 5 or 6 feet, you've done a fantastic job. It is just extremely tough.
Bo Jin fired a 65 in the second round. Just the 1 birdie today. This for eagle, though, at 17.
Hang on. Hang on. Okay, that's a foot from coming some 20 feet down the slope away from the flag. So leaving himself an uphiller for 3.
Back over at the 9th. Turk Pettit, Coach Penley. With that warm embrace, and now they'll just sit and wait. Heidi fighting back the tears on what has been a magical run. Now back at 17, Riggs Johnston for his birdie.
And did the very smart thing with his second. He had to hit that shot deep and get it into the green away from the slopes. Putting towards the valley here, so this should be quick around the hole. Just a little too much respect for that one.
So now Johnston for his par to remain 1 back. 2 under on his round today. Again, back over at the 9th. Clemson is done, and Coach Penley's career, and you see Trey Jones, the head coach from Florida State, is coming over to offer congratulations to Larry's wife, Heidi.
You're the best. Absolutely the best. Appreciate everything you've done. We got some more golf, I believe.
Typical coach. We got some more golf. Now Bo Jin for his birdie and to take the lead.
And this is a putt he can take a swing at here. He doesn't have to worry about this ball getting away from him in the least. Be aggressive.
Boy, he's got his work cut out for him now. 18's the toughest hole on the golf course. Only 2 players have made birdie at 18 all day long.
A missed opportunity at the drivable par 4 17th. Pettit in at 7 under.
I'm here with Frank on the 13th hole, who just carded a hole-in-one. What was your secret?
Practice, practice, practice.
Get your full financial picture with Stifel Wealth Tracker. View your personal balance sheet, track your net worth, access investment insights, and if you want, you can even talk to a Stifel financial advisor. Everything a financial app should be, all in one secure location.
Your golf game improves the minute you put a PXG club in your bag. Imagine what'll happen with a full set. PXG has 3 full bag deals for golfers at every level. You'll get 14 PXG clubs, a golf bag and hat, and save a stack of cash. Choose from our new Gen 4 sticks, our best performing clubs ever, our incredible Gen 3s, or our 0211s, the most kaboom for your bucks. PXG, nobody makes golf clubs the way we do, period.
The light. It comes from within. It drives you, and it guides you to shine your brightest. As you charge ahead, illuminating the way forward, a light maker. Recognizing that the impact you make comes from the energy you create. Introducing the all-electric Lyric, lighting the way.
In sports, it pays to be fast. Want to bet? Place a bet. Fast. See a play. Bet during the game. Fast. Want your money? Get your money. Fast. Now that's betting at the speed of sports. Because every second matters. Time is money, and it pays to be fast.
Turk Pettit shot an even par 70, trying to win the individual title. While we have a moment, let's send it down to Billy Ray.
Oh, guys, Bob, thank you so much. You talk about Larry Penley. There's always behind a great man, there's a great woman. Heidi, it's been 38 years for your husband. He's left his mark, you know, in NCAA golf, 37 appearances. What's the ride been like?
I got a ticket on the best ride ever for almost 36 years, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
When you look back at all the time, what was the impact he left on his players?
They all love him. They all come back to see us. They're all on my Christmas card list. They're always there.
I can't imagine the times when they're good. It's easy, but I'm sure you've been the backbone when things are not so good. What were some of the encouraging words you gave Larry throughout these years?
Get on the John Deere and go out in the yard. That was the best thing for him to do. That was his therapy. But for him to get to do what he loves to do for so many years is a blessing, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm just super happy that this is the way he's ending his career.
Heidi, thank you so much. We love your husband. He's incredible. Bob?
Well, Coach Penley doing what a coach does. He's thinking, we got a playoff to deal with for the individual title. And my man Turk Pettit is going to have an opportunity to bring it home. I'm sure a lot of memories flowing through his mind.
Looks like.
All right, Bones.
Yeah, Quaid now just waiting for a little housekeeping in front of him in the left fairway bunker.
And this is a beast of a finishing hole. 511 yards today. The wind is from the right. bunker down the left.
We're going to take a look at Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf. As we saw with Michael Fiegels, there is trouble down that right-hand side.
This is up that right side.
That's where you want it. You want to be down that right side. Well, obviously not in that bunker if it stays out of there, but it's a good lie in there. But
now Riggs Johnston has to do something that only 2 other players have done today. Make a birdie at 18 to join Pettit in at 7 under.
And the wind is really picking up in his face at the moment, making it that much tougher.
Headed left. Well, he's been hitting a little slider cut all day, and it looked to me like he just aimed for it and pulled it. Whoa. One of our cameraman carts out there.
So now Bo Jin, not the best visuals from the previous 2 shots, will follow his tee shot. Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
Couple of very deep breaths.
That same swing he made at 17 would work right here.
This all going up the left side.
Oh boy, that's settled way down in the deep rough. It's not in the bunker. It's past the tree, but man, that does not look like a good rough.
For more information on the 2021 Division I Men's Golf Championships, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Clemson's Turk Pettit shot an even par 70. He's in at 7 under. Jin in trouble off the tee at 18. Johnston in even more trouble. We're back at the NCAA Championship. Coverage presented by Stiefel. On the green at the 18th, Jonathan Brightwell of Oklahoma for birdie. And that is only the 3rd birdie of the day at 18. Brightwell shoots 72 today. Oklahoma is a team in the 4th spot.
Put a tee in the ground right about there so they can move that cart. He can move the cart for us. Tell it he's heavy.
It's the ball of Riggs Johnston.
Don't move it, he said. Director said.
Look at that.
Hold on.
Look at that.
Hold on.
Wait a second. Golf ball in the side pocket.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's tremendous work by our camera crew.
You know, there's a chance that this is a good break, believe it or not, because that ball came in hot and there is nothing but desert past that.
Kurt, I don't think there's any question about that. I think the golf cart kept that ball with the heat it had on from going in some bushes 5 or 6 yards further down the hole. So a really good break. I think you should probably tip the guy that's driving this cart if you can find him.
Making sure there's no damage to that golf ball to start with.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
Can't let you replace it for just a scuff. It has to be a cut or crack. So.
He's going to have an extremely hard second shot here. He's basically going to have to aim at the water right of this green and hit a low hook and try and run something up on the left side, avoiding the water.
Wow, no chance he could go up and over to the left with a big cut, huh?
I don't want to say never. It'd be an unbelievably risky play because if it didn't cut, he might not ever find or see that golf ball again.
You don't want to be over here.
For complete NCAA Men's Championship Individual Award Ceremony, make sure you head over to Facebook.com/NCAA Champs.
Kurt, I will say, Kurt, In addition to that low right option, he can go up and over the bushes in front of him with a short. I don't believe it would get to the green, but that is an option also.
You're gonna, and then it might roll forward, you're saying? Yeah. And you're playing on the upslope? Yeah, maybe. Right there, right?
Ball is hitting quite nicely.
We're looking at Jin right now. Did you get a look at his lie?
Making my way over there as we speak.
Alrighty.
You know, Bo Jin is in a share of the lead. We'll get a look at the grass. Kurt, you live out here. Bones, you live out here. For a lot of people that are watching golf in the Scottsdale area, they're saying, where the heck did that rough come from?
Well, this is overseeded rough that they have in the wintertime typically here. This time of year, most of the courses, it's starting to transition out and it's getting brown at most of the golf courses, which is normal. But they've done a great job of fertilizing it and keeping it going here.
And to that point, Kurt, if I had to describe Jin's lie in one word, I would say terrible. It is really sitting down, really thick. Just a lot of guesswork in terms of how that ball is going to come out.
It looks like Riggs has a lofted club here.
And I don't like that play. He's certainly going to go up and over these bushes in front of him. Certainly he can't afford to hit anything thin, but he's going to play short and left of this green, I believe, and try and pitch something in.
Yep. Just a sand wedge, trying to get it back in play.
Yeah, he didn't get all of that one, but he did what he had to do in terms of taking care of the bush in front of him.
Okay, so with Pettit in at 7 under, Johnson's going to have to hold that out to have any chance to win the individual. From a team standpoint, Arizona State right now is in the first position. Oklahoma State's in the second. Jin getting set to play his second shot.
189 front edge, and I believe that's the crucial number. I believe he'd want to land something about 175 or 80 short and left of it and try and run something on.
This looks like a combination of that rough, too, Bones. It's both overseed and Bermuda in there.
That's exactly right, Kurt.
Ooh.
Okay.
He's going to have to get steep on this. Just try to muscle something out. Left corner of the green.
Oh, this is a big heater, and this is dangerous. It's on a good line. If it, oh my gosh, carries, hits in the bank, but will it sit down?
It does.
Ooh. That actually could be okay. He's pitching back uphill from there. If he's got a good lie inside the penalty area, this could be a good break for him.
I agree. That is an A-plus effort from where he was. A lot of risk, but he pulled it off.
Turk Pettit's posted 7 under. He's just watching and waiting. Riggs Johnston needs to hold this to match Pettit in at 7 under.
Didn't like it, did he? And that leaves the downhill putt.
This is the NCAA Championship coverage presented by Geico. Bo Jin started the day with a 2-shot lead. At one point, he trailed Turk Pettit by 2. Now he's all tied up. It's been a forgettable day for Quade Cummins of Oklahoma. 3 over on his round. His 3rd into 18.
Just keep a good attitude going here. The golf course tomorrow, when they get into match play, is going to be pretty similar to this, especially in the afternoon matches.
Doesn't matter if you had a bad day today, in the sense that you're already in.
Yeah, you're locked. So, you know, just get your mind right. Get ready for that match play tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Turk Pettit is just watching, because right now he's tied with Bo Jin of Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State currently in the 2nd spot. And Bones, what about the lie for Bo Jin?
Well, I called the last one terrible for his 2nd shot. I will call this one terrific for the 3rd. what an incredible gutsy second he played, and he's got the payoff here in that he's kept the ball out of the penalty area. He's got a wonderful angle, a good lie. He's playing away from the valley, so the ball shouldn't react with much speed when it comes out of here in terms of it getting away from him. And he stuck it in the ground.
Uh-oh. A little bit of pressure there.
So now the freshman is going to have that putt for par to force a playoff.
It's just so much heat on all these players out here. They're playing for so much. Their universities, their families, their coaches, their teammates. And I just think that was just a little too much for him at that point in time. Certainly he's in a position to recover now.
That's the thing. He's got, this is a freshman in college. It's, you know, it's not like he's got all that much experience at this level anyway.
And we showed the list earlier of the rare freshmen to win the individual title.
And there are a good number of those guys are in the Hall of Fame too, by the way, that won as freshmen.
Well, this gentleman here is not going to win the individual title today, but what a show he put on for us on this back nine.
And I think that bodes well for him tomorrow. You get some confidence going. Had a great week. Your team's having a really great week. Now you just got to put it together for match play. Well done.
Coach Penley standing with Turk Pettit, who is in at 7 under. And now Oklahoma State freshman Bo Jin has this putt for par to force a playoff for the individual title.
And Kurt, a putt here, you don't want to get too wrapped up in just the break here. You can't forget you've got to go ahead and hit this one with a little extra pace, and that it's uphill putting away from the valley.
Good point. We've seen a number of players, Bones, come up short, a little further away than this, but we have seen a few players come up short. So a very good point. No sense in leaving it short.
Can Bo Jin make this par putt and send the individual to a playoff? And that means that Turk Pettit has won the 2021 Men's Division I Individual Championship. And what a way to send Coach Penley off. They missed match play, but they get the individual title. Quade Cummins for his par. Good up and down for Quade. They will play on in match play.
Jen played great. I mean, a freshman on this stage, he should be very proud of the way he played. Now, just get his mind right again for tomorrow when match play starts.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Couldn't do without y'all boys, all right? Couldn't do without y'all.
Turk Pettit becomes only the second individual champion from Clemson, Charles Warren, victorious in 1997. Started the day 2 back. And despite the disappointment for Oklahoma State, they've got a team championship to try to capture. When we come back, we will hear from Turk Pettit, the winner of the individual men's golf championship, plus Clemson's Turk Pettit with a final round even par 70. A one-shot win over Bo Jin, who started the day with a 2-shot lead. Riggs Johnston gave it a run. Michael Fiegels gave it a run as well. Difficult scoring conditions out on the golf course. David Thompson wrapped up his career with a 2-under par 68. Dylan Minetti of Pepperdine, they're in match play. He shot 67 today. Pepperdine in the 3rd spot right now with a couple holes left to play. Obviously difficult scoring conditions throughout the course of the week, Kurt, and obviously 7 under wound up standing up. You and I wondered what number would hold up, and it was Turk Pettit 7 under to do it.
Well, and a couple of reasons for that. You know, if a lot of these tees, these guys are not able to use driver. They're forced to lay up with 2 irons, 3 woods, fairway woods. The greens are very firm, and there was just enough wind to make a difference. So when you get firm greens, there's still some rough out there. They're getting flyer lies. The golf course has really played tough so far this week.
Take a look at the field. Turk Pettit is your winner. Let's send it down to Bones.
Thank you so much. I'm here with Bo Jin. What an amazing effort from you this week. Great playing. Tell us, you're just a freshman at Oklahoma State, yet you find yourself in the final group today, playing for so much from an individual basis and certainly representing your team. Tell us how you felt last night and the emotions heading in today's round when you were warming up.
Well, the whole way, I mean, even right now, I'm still feeling excited, heartbeat racing really fast. But I just feel it's a really great experience for me. Didn't really do what I wanted to do, but it's still a great experience as a young gun. You know, being able to go out there in the final group of the first NCAA in my golf career is going to be great. Second finish will be great. I'm really looking forward to a match play right now.
Well, speaking of the match play, of course, we transition into that tomorrow. What will you be concentrating on and thinking about as we head into that portion of the tournament?
Well, I mean, I just feel match play is just normal golf. I mean, if you play good golf, you're going to win your match. It's just really just one-on-one. But I think more focus on just try to get more birdie a little bit. I didn't really did that today, but I'm sure tomorrow I'll be able to do that.
Well, once again, great playing. Best of luck as we move into the match play portion of this tournament.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Coverage of the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships continues with the team match play quarterfinals Tuesday at 12 Eastern, live on Golf Channel, with the semifinals coming your way at 5 p.m. and what is going to be a long and dramatic day here at Grayhawk. The 6th consecutive year, the same venue has hosted both the men's and women's. You take a look at the team board right now. Arizona State 5 under on their day today. They've moved into the top spot ahead of Oklahoma State. They are locked in as the top seed. Disappointing day for Wake Forest. They sided inside the cut number, but they are having a tough day overall.
Here we go over to 8. This is Parker Gillum from Wake Forest. This for birdie note is down there.
Yeah, coming back down the hill, and you see it just sliding off to the right.
Yeah, we knew there was going to be some movement, more likely down than up, considering the stern test that is this golf course. Wake not with their best stuff today, but we've got an individual champ crown. Turk Pettit, we'll hear from him and his longtime head coach right after this.
Vibracore?
Vibracore.
Vibracore. That's pretty cool.
It's injected? It's injected.
Vibracore. I feel the vibe. I'm feeling it.
So what is it?
The best feeling and longest times you'll ever hit.
Is that Bernhard? Oh, great. Langer.
You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
The light. It comes from within. It drives you and it guides you to shine your brightest. As you charge ahead, illuminating the way forward, a light maker. Recognizing that the impact you make comes from the energy you create. Introducing the all-electric Lyric, lighting the way.
Not all men sweat the same, so Harry's makes a range of deodorants in 3 levels of protection. For every kind of sweater, because we all deserve to go through life with our wings up. Introducing the range of deodorants from Harry's, not the same.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I can't tell you the last time I looked at my credit card statement. Hi, I'm Yaya, founder of Truebill, a simple app to help you stay on top of your spending, save money, and make sense of your finances. It's an automated accountant for busy people. Download Truebill today.
What is belief? Nathan McKinnon? At 14, he wasn't wishing he'd make it to the NHL. He believed that he would. So while other kids were playing video games, he was putting in the work to make his dream come true. Guaranteed Rate is a mortgage lender who understands the power of belief. First home, dream home, whatever your goal, you can make it real. Because if you believe, you will.
Talk about great moments in USGA history. Greatest win I've ever seen in golf.
Our first major championship is the U.S. Women's Open.
Beginning Thursday on NBC and Golf. Uninterrupted coverage presented by Rolex.
Created by one of golf's legends, Muirfield Village Golf Course plays host to the Memorial Tournament. Who will walk away with the trophy this year? Thursday, 3 Eastern on Golf.
Dirk Pettit, the individual champion for 2021. These are the 11 men who have won the NCAA Division I Individual Championship and have gone on to win majors. The most recent, Bryson DeChambeau. Our own John Mahaffey, winner of the PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson winning a major just last week. Over at the 9th, Alex Fitzpatrick for birdie. And Kurt, I think one of the really big surprises is the day that Wake Forest has had. Just completely, I mean, their best score is 3 over.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for them, obviously, today. You know, sometimes the golf course just gets under your skin. If you hit a couple out of play into the desert, you start steering it off the tee. You're forced to hit 2 irons off the tee. It's been a rough day for them.
Wake Forest 23 over today. They started the day in a tie for 6th at plus 13. North Carolina is going to lock up that final spot as far as match play is concerned. They only have 2 players out on the golf course. Meanwhile, William Mao has a putt for birdie for Pepperdine. He's 1 under on his round today, and Pepperdine with a very nice day. They are currently 9 under as a team.
We knew they were good. I mean, they've played well all year. They have a player that didn't make this team, the playing 5, that won a tournament and finished 2nd in the spring. So they're very deep. They're very good. I think Mao is starting to get his confidence back, and so that bodes well for them.
Dylan Minetti shot 3 under today. Clay Fiegler 2 under par today. Their throwout score is Joey Versich, and that's 2 over.
And he's been one of their better players here recently. He's been playing a lot of good golf, Versich has. So they're deep.
To your point, Kurt, 9-10 deep. They lose Sahith Theegala from a season ago, the Fred Haskins Award winner presented by Stiefel. And I think a lot of people from 30,000 feet looking down thought that was their chance. It was canceled last year. And they played it with a chip on their shoulder, saying, all right, you know what? Sahith was really good, but so are we.
Yep.
Ryan Gerard with a par there. His accounting score, shoots 73 today. Austin hit the non-counting score. He shot 10 over.
The thing about match play, though, is you can't put too much into what they did in stroke play, because everything, you wipe clean, you start over, and you think, hey, I haven't played that well the first few days here in the stroke play part of it, but in match play, anything can happen, and one bad hole doesn't kill you. So you just you change your mindset a little bit if you haven't played well through the first 4 days here.
Alex Fitzpatrick with a 76 today. He becomes the second player in Clemson history to win the individual title. Turk Pettit posts 7 under par and a one-shot win as we send it down to Billy Ray.
Bob, thank you so much. What a special day. And Connie Herbert from the West Coast Conference. Connie, I believe you have something for our champion here.
Thank you. On behalf of the Men's Golf Committee, I'd like to present to Turk Pettit the 2021 Men's Individual title. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Turk, I got to ask you, coming down the stretch today, you made the turn, you got the back nine out of the way first. Was that crucial, knowing that you had that front nine to play? It's been playing easier throughout the week.
I think the back nine played easier, for me at least.
Right.
So, I got off to a good start. And after that, it was just kind of just put in cruise control. And I thought the golf course got a lot harder as the day went on. So the front nine, to me, I felt like it played a lot tougher. So
You think maybe because a little bit of the pressure as well?
Well, Coach didn't tell me how. I didn't know I was in the lead at all. I didn't look at one leaderboard all day, and I didn't find out till the last green. I was just going to play my best and see where it happened. I felt like I needed one more birdie coming down the stretch because I heard Coach say, "Let's get birdie," but I didn't need that birdie, luckily. So.
When you always need a little bit of luck. The drive you hit at the second when you went wide right there, and you came out actually on the 7th fair when you got the break there, taking advantage of that. Was that one critical part of the day, catching that break off the tee?
That was nice because, the spotter, I mean, he heard it land, but he was looking in the complete. I was like 30 yards past where the spotter was. So, I walked up there, and there she was because, it was kind of pretty open up there. But, so I got lucky, so.
Well, you're the NCAA champion in 2021 individual. What does this mean to you?
Man, it's special. A lot of hard work goes into this, and to finally get a win and to win this one is just extremely special.
Well, the man to your left right there, Coach Pendley, I got to ask you here. 38 years at the job, you've graced us with your greatness and changing young men's lives on and off the golf course. 37 NCAA appearances. When you look back at this incredible career, one being sent off with the individual title here by Turk, when you look back at your career for 38 years, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud of all of our players. They've been fantastic all throughout the years. Blessed to have had great parents. Our parents travel, which is so awesome. It makes my job so easy. But it's a blessing, and today is a great memory that I can take with me. So it's very special.
There's a lot of young coaches in college golf right now, and you've been successful for so long, national title to your name, so many great players. If you have to give advice for some of these young coaches trying to have the career in which you had, what would be the one thing you tell some of these younger coaches?
Patience. If I would have known I was doing this for 38 years, I would have studied psychology at Clemson. But recruit great people. Golf can be an easy game if you work hard, if you do the right things, and recruit those people that'll do that for you, and you'll be very successful.
Coach, I watched you walk off that green at the 9th, which was y'all's 18th hole today, and I saw you things going pretty quickly through your head. When you're walking off that last green right there, what were your thoughts there?
I haven't given myself the luxury of thinking about it, really. We had a job to do coming into this week, and that's been my focus. But now that it is over, I am looking forward to reminiscing and thinking about the good times and the great people I've had and the great players. And I'm looking forward to it.
Well, starting with your wife as well, we spoke to her just moments after you got done and after Turk finished there on the 9th hole. What's it been like having her by your side throughout this whole, you want to call it, incredible career?
Well, for 23 years, I didn't have an assistant, so she was the closest thing to an assistant I had. She was their mother away from home. She kept them fed. She kept me in line, and we certainly couldn't have done it without her. She raised our 3 kids while I was on the road. So a coach's wife lives a difficult task at times, and I am blessed to have had one of the best.
Yeah, you're very lucky. Okay, you get one last word. What do you tell the Clemson family as you walk away now?
Support Jordan Bird and our men's golf program. We're going to do great things.
All right, Coach, congratulations, sir. Congratulations, Heidi. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, Bob.
Billy Ray, awesome stuff as an individual champion in your own right. Turk Pettit last won a college golf tournament on April the 8th, 2018 as a freshman, winning the Irish Creek Invitational in Raleigh. He ends his college career as the 2021 NCAA Men's Division I Individual Champion. He joins Charles Warren as the only two to win it, representing Clemson. What a proud moment for Coach Larry Penley and the entire Clemson team as Turk Pettit has won the 2021 NCAA Men's Individual Championship, shooting a final round 70 and good enough for a one-shot win and becoming only the second player in Clemson history to win the individual title. Meanwhile, you take a look at the team leaderboard, and there's only one player out on the golf course left for North Carolina. That's Peter Fountain. So they are going to earn a spot in match play. They're all finishing up at 9. Parker Gillum of Wake Forest for his birdie.
Yes, and pretty abysmal day for the Demon Deacons. See if he can finish on a high note. Nope. It's not that kind of day for Parker, as well as the rest of his teammates. Gonna post these guys are gonna post the worst score of the day. It's not a distinction you want to have on the most important day of the tournament. I believe Peter Fountain's going to play from North Carolina. Hit it down the right side, played his second up to just the right-hand portion of the green. Joey Versich of Pepperdine played out of the desert, hit a really poor drive, found his ball, but was able to take a unplayable and played it to this point just in this lower level collection area here.
Again, the 4 counting scores for Pepperdine are all under par. Dylan Menante 3 under. Joe Highsmith shot 67 a 3 under. Clay Fiegler 2 under. William Mao 1 under. So Versich, who's at 2 over, is the non-counting score.
This is a beautiful effort here, and Kurt Versich had a great chance to even post his own 2 under score. Was close to both par 5s, close to the green in 2, actually just, less than 10 yards from the putting surface, and managed to bogey both of them.
Well, he needs to clean those kind of mistakes up before tomorrow.
Since this is, since we've gone to match play, this is the 12th year of match play. This is the first time that Pepperdine has qualified for match play, failing to do so in 2011, 2017, and 2019.
Yeah, you certainly got to watch out for the waves headed into match play. I think they're finally starting to hit their stride and certainly have a lot of belief, especially garnering a lot of momentum from today's round now. Fountain coming up back to the hole. And at this point, just trying to finish this out, and his team will be preparing tonight for their match tomorrow. I think they're getting the 8th spot, right, guys?
That is it. They're going to have the 8th spot. They will take on host Arizona State tomorrow morning in quarterfinal match play.
The main thing is you got inside that top 8. You can't win it all unless you did, and they did it. So at least they have a shot. The Waves played great today.
Yeah, and the one team that was in dropped out, but the Clemson family, they didn't advance to match play, but they've got the individual champion, Turk Pettit, your winner. The brackets are set for the quarterfinal match play. Arizona State, the host school, has the top seed. They'll take on North Carolina. Oklahoma, who won a national championship a couple of years ago, squaring off against Illinois. And then on the other side of the bracket, Oklahoma State will be squaring off against Vanderbilt, and Pepperdine, red hot today, squaring off against Florida State. And Kurt, it's shaping up to be a really intriguing match play setup with the seedings and where teams are placed, and the mindset of everybody changes starting tomorrow morning.
It does, and I think we've gotten most of the teams that were expected to be the best teams here. So that, I think the cream sort of rose to the top because of the way the golf course has been playing. Very difficult. It's tough on them mentally. I can't wait for match play to start. Just wipe the slate clean. Every team has a chance now. Let's go.
Let me ask you about Oklahoma State, because they started the day with a 13-shot lead. They lose the #1 seed. Do you look at it as they got their bad golf out of the way today?
I think if you're Oklahoma State, the coach just goes in there and said, look, we didn't win all these national titles because we got down on ourselves. We're going to come out fighting tomorrow, and that's what I expect from Oklahoma State.
Coming up next, it's Golf Central with all the news and highlights from the world of golf. Then make sure you join us for the NCAA Division I Men's Golf Championships. Quarterfinal and semifinal matches begin tomorrow at noon Eastern. The semifinals at 5 p.m. Eastern. On this Memorial Day 2021, we saw incredible student athletes give it their all. Larry Penley's career at Clemson comes to an end, and although they did not advance to match play, Coach Penley can say he has an individual champion as Turk Pettit of Clemson wins the individual title.